I've been waiting all this time for you to be watching. Just kidding. How's it going? My name's Tommy, and I am the owner and founder of Delivered. A bada boom, a bada bingo. We're going to pull up chat. We're going to see who the first person is to say something. They get a prize today, a big prize. Nobody is in here before. That's okay. It'll be the first one. The first person is Mithril Fox. Mithril Fox just crushed it out of the park. Why would I get a phone call at the perfect time I went live? That's just weird timing. I haven't got a call all day on that last night. I got a call 5 minutes ago. What up, what up, what up, Mithril? How's it going? Foxy, Woxy, Boxy, Loxy. You are the first person here, but you're not the last person here. Maybe you will be the last person here. Maybe you're the only one that'll watch this stream today. Wouldn't that be sad? Wouldn't be that sad. I'll still be rocking and rolling. A bada boom, a bada bing. Say the word, say the name, say my name. It's so sad. I don't know what's that, dude. I have an earache. You guys know an earache? You guys know an earache? Like when your ear hurts? We need a weekly jet lag review. Amy can't estimate lakes. Amy, your estimates were so bad. So that happened. I think the challenges went okay. I think it's crazy they got New York. I don't know how they win. I really don't know how Amy and Sam win. Because even if they can get anything good in the morning, they're gonna have to fly and get Washington, get Oregon, and hope to get Idaho. And that's 3 states just to tie. And they have to hope in all of that time they're not able to get a single other state, but they're going for New Jersey. They're gonna get New Jersey. It just doesn't make sense. So first off, guys, if you don't know, Ultra Pestin, hi, how's it going? I said your name. Say your name. I'll donate to charity. First off, if you guys don't know, your boy was on late last night. You know that time. You know sometimes I just jump on the old TikTok machine and I went live. And when I tell you guys, it was an interesting live. I was on live from 7 o'clock to 2 a.m. And I streamed in the morning too. So I was kind of like basically there all day. Is that the same shirt? No, it's a different shirt. And I will tell you guys, we met a guy named Just James. And when I tell you, this was one of the funniest debates that I have ever seen in my entire... I don't think it was a debate. It was like, you know, like when you guys have a world where, like, somebody's been, you know... One more. But like all night. They've been doing it all night, right? And they go and they watch somebody that they don't like. And they stumble on the camera like this. Well, I gotta listen to me. You don't talk to me in that way. I need to... You are bad. You sir, he's old, are a really, really bad guy. You steamroll the people. You make fun of car salesmen. And you think your house smells of rich mahogany. That's me acting like I can't even do it. I don't do. That is what happened last night, guys. Am I the only one here who can't hear Tommy? Yeah, you're the only one. He kept repeating himself and it was hilarious. Guys, I will tell you, maybe I make a video of it, maybe I react to it. It was like a 50-minute conversation. And his general rule of thumb was really simple, which was, hey, you shouldn't call people out for bad advice. Even though it was bad advice, you shouldn't call them out. You should privately DM every person and not do that. And then he got mad at me at the very end of it when I heard him pop another bottle that he should stop drinking. He then shamed me because he's apparently a recovering alcoholic, as he had multiple TikTok videos of alcohol in his thing. So I don't know how long he was recovering for. It was it was a funny 50 minutes. He also had never seen Anchorman, which I think is something worth talking about. He'd never seen Anchorman. So the guy said I was, and if you guys weren't there, the guy said I was conceited. He said I was arrogant. So I do this. James, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know me, but I'm kind of a big deal. I'm kind of an important guy. People know me. My home, and I'm downstairs, smells of rich mahogany. My office has many leather-bound books. And this man, not even kidding you, says, see, this right here is why people don't like you. Because you're arrogant. You think people like your leather-bound books? Listen to I hope somebody in the chat room is recording you right now. Because, and I was like, we haven't even talked about the wheel of cheese. Max ate an entire wheel of cheese. I'm not mad. You know, wheel of cheeses is expensive. And not everybody can be on the Wall Street Journal and be famous. Okay, Murphy, if you say it one more time, you're going to get banned. You want to go to the game? I'll play. I play, Murphy. Don't say it 4 times. Look at the name of the stream. It's debate stream. And guys, if anybody thinks that I'm exaggerating, it was that. It was that bad. Where what? It was rough. Okay, today is debate day. So first off, just you guys know, next week is a streamathon. What I'm telling you guys is I'm going to be streaming probably about 40 hours next week, at least, if not more. And it's all negotiations. All the time. I'm telling you guys, so this week, everybody gets mad. They're like, Tommy, even though you've been negotiating for 12, 15 hours this week, next week, 5 days, every day, streaming, making phone calls. So www, everybody relax. But today we got to have a good stream because we're debating car salesman. We are debating the car salesman. Computer, pull up car salesman. I'm going to have to pass. Michael saw what happened to James and got nervous. So guys, this point of the stream is simple. Many people in my comment section, many people make videos, and many people make comments, and this is what they do. Tommy is a scam. I don't know if you guys know this, but anybody can do exactly what he does, and you can save $1,000. All you have to do is talk to me. And I'm a really nice guy. I promise. And if you come in and you haven't done your research, I'm allowed to make money because you're an idiot. That was an exact comment that James made on a post. Anyway, so if you want to debate me, you certainly can. You can debate me on absolutely anything, though, in the car market. So I'm going to give you guys some points to start off on. You have to DM me on Instagram. We have people that vet you. Ideally, we have people that disagree with me. I want you to disagree with me. I want you to not like me. I want you to be like James. Now, I'm going to give you guys some points. I'm going to add fuel to the fire. First off, we got to do it. Chevy dude, you're a narcissist and a pathological liar, and I have proof. You get the front of the line every single time, even though you won't show up, even though you asked me for a debate. You said, hopefully we can get on a live stream and debate. But then I'm going to block Tommy on everything and avoid him and avoid the Tommy as if my name is Voldemort. My name is not Voldemort. I have a nose. So boom, that's first debate point of the day. And you could choose another debate point if you want. I'm just giving people what they want. Number 2. Doc fees should be illegal. There's no benefit to the consumer. They're hidden profit. They're only built there to ruin consumer trust. Doc fees have no purpose at all. My fly is down. I don't have a zipper on. Your joke is on you. 3, I believe direct-to-consumer would solve most problems, make it more profitable, and be a better overall experience for everybody around. Consumers would save money. They would have a better experience. And dealerships could still flourish. Number 4, I believe marking up rate should be illegal. That's illegal in French. It should be illegal. You should not be able to mark up rate to anybody, anywhere, and anything whatsoever if you are a dealership. I'll even go one step further. I don't believe dealerships in today's day and age should be allowed to mark up a car at all. MSRP should be the ceiling. They should not be allowed at any point in time to go above MSRP. I'm going to say that. And I think they should have all the rights to go below MSRP, but I don't think they should be able to go above. Boom, I said what I said. What else we got? What other debate? Tommy is fixing this car industry. And if dealerships don't fix themselves, Delivered will be the face of the car buying world in 5 years. I'm giving you guys everything. I believe you should never trust a car salesman because there's no benefit to the consumer. I believe relationships with dealerships are BS, and they use that as a selling point, but it means absolutely nothing to the consumer. And they get basically no benefit from that relationship other than a small outlier of people trying to buy super crazy cars, which is less than 0.01% of the public. Boom, 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 boom. So if you are like, hey, Tommy, I disagree with something you said there, by all means, you can come onto my live stream. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm going to put this on my Instagram so we can get people to debate. So you just have to DM me on Instagram because that's going to be the way to do it. So we're going to make a story on Instagram. I need you guys all to be kind of cool. Can we all just be kind of cool for a minute? Can we guys all act cool? Because we're going to do it. We're going to do a story. And I got to do it in one little click. I clean my lens off. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I don't think I'm getting sick. Okay, lock in. Ready? Now, I'm not going to tell you guys, but they call me One Take Tommy. And they call me One Take Tommy because I've never had a second take in my entire life. Ever. In my entire life, I have never had a second take. True. So we're going to do it right now. You ready? Let me try a second. It didn't record anything other than my face because the thing didn't record. So that's not a second take. It just didn't record. That doesn't count, and you guys know it. Okay, ready? I am live on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all over the place, debating car salesmen right now. So if you're the type of person that watches my content and says, hey, Tommy, I disagree with everything you say. You say that, hey, Tommy, you're a scam artist. Or, Tommy, I disagree with any of the points you go through, and you're a car salesman, I'm giving you a platform. You can talk to the thousands of people that are watching the live right now and prove me wrong in front of my entire audience. If you want to get onto this debate and have a conversation with me, let's make it civil. DM me right now. We are doing this for about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Love to get some good points. I'd love to have some people who disagree with me. Some people who don't like me, disagree with me. I'm giving you a platform. This is your moment to expose me in front of my entire audience. You can expose all the horrible things that I do and tell the audience how they don't need me and how I'm horrible and how I'm scamming them. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say. The floor is yours to make a point, but hopefully you make a good point. Boom, story up. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to check Slack. We have a system. I'm not going to lie, guys. I think we've evolved into a system. Now, I have to get into Tommy live stream. Tyler from last week wants to jump on the live stream, so we're going to allow Tyler from the live stream to come on down. Okay, are we doing this like in the channel? Is that how we're doing it? It's probably the best way to do it. I have no idea. Okay, we're going to call Tyler. This is the rules, guys. I want you to be somewhat nice, right? Like, let's not call names. I don't want names. So why do you waste car salesman's time? That'd be a really good reason to come up here and debate me on. If you think I waste car salesman's time, let's go through it. We're going to call Tyler, but get yourself in line. We're calling Tyler.
Hello,
Hi, is this Tyler?
Tyler speaking.
Tyler, it's Tommy from Delivered. How's it going?
Good, man. Nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. I'm super glad to have you on. I think you understand the premise. We get to debate anything you want. The floor is yours. You can say anything you want. I won't mute you, block you unless you say bad words. The floor
Appreciate it,
is
man.
yours.
Well, I've been a big fan of you for a while, and
Thank you.
I wanted to run something by you. So I've been in sales now for almost 10 years in Canada, so not the States. And there isn't a delivered or a company or somebody that's doing what you're doing right now
Yes.
in Canada, yet at least. Sorry, I had strep throat a couple of days ago, and so I'm just recovering still. But I wanted to try and pick your brain to see if you think there's a market for something like that in Canada that it hasn't been tapped into just yet. And if somebody wanted to start something that you've got going on in the States, but in Canada, what do you think would be a great foundation or the first few steps so that they can have a strong future in the same sort of business that you've got going on in the States? Or is Delivered possibly open to exploring themselves into Canada?
We've already explored Canada. We're open to Canada. There's a huge market for Canada. We're going to move to Canada within the next 365 days.
Okay. Are the rules and regulations different to how things are done in the States to Canada? Because I don't know if you guys have something similar to what we have, like OMVIC and stuff like that.
There are different rules and regulations you have to abide by.
There are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, I mean, you basically answered my question, which is you guys are already going to be tapping into the Canadian market, which is great. Um, so yeah, I mean, you answered that for me. And I guess if you were to give somebody some advice on how they could maybe try and start something like that, um, what sort of advice would you give that person?
Giving advice to somebody that is going to be my direct competition. Run fast, run forward, and don't look back, because it's the only way you're going to beat me.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I mean, you're asking me to
Y-
because I'm going to be your competition, right? Like realistically, I move really fast. I move faster than 99% of people understand. I'm always working. So if you want it, I would start today. I would move a head start, and I'd move a million miles per hour, and hope you get such a
mhm.
market share before I ever touch the market that Canadians don't know who I am. But like 20% of my audience is Canadian. We get 100 to 150 deal requests a month. We've already estimated that we'll do the day we open Canada. It just comes down to we can't deal with the demand. But
Gotcha. And then when it comes to, I guess, employment for you guys, because you're going to need to expand your team, have you guys thought about what sort of opportunities you would need, or I guess, working people that will help with, because you're going to need more people to help, right?
I would love. I mean, yes, in theory, this is not meant. This is meant to be a debate day, and I'd love to have an interview with you. But I do want to point out that you jumped this on with the point that you said are salespeople necessary in 2026, and now you're asking about advice and job, which I appreciate. But that's not the point of today.
Okay. Okay. Well,
So,
thank you
like, if
for
you
your
wanted to go
time,
with your
Tommy.
debate point, are car salesmen necessary in 2026? That's a fair point, but I think it's a
Yeah.
little. I don't love if somebody now asking for a job to mislead my team into thinking the reason why you're here, and then the reason why you're here is to do something different.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay. Well, thanks, Tommy.
Okay, no problem. It said I was bullying him, guys. I gotta. Our stream was restricted because apparently I was bullying. Okay, I gotta appeal that because I don't know how I was bullying anybody. How can I bully myself? Please hold. If you want to come on to the debate and have a debate, you certainly can. I don't think I have to restart this one because there's only a 10-minute restriction. I do think it's crazy though. Dude, TikTok's insane, man. Rules and guidance, your live standing. It literally says I'm literally looking at my thing and it says I don't have a thing, but then I'm looking again and it's like, oh, you do have a thing. Like over here it says, your live is restricted for 10 minutes. I can't believe somebody reported me for bullying. That's funny. That's sad. Remember, guys, car salesmen are so offended by it that apparently I can't have an open conversation where I allow them to have the platform. Sorry, guys, I have to figure out how to appeal my thing. It doesn't even say on my app that I did anything wrong. Nope. Nope. If you want to come up here and debate, let me know. Okay, live recordings, post, community posts. Sorry, I'm looking at all this. Live incentive program. Your live standing, create a program. There's like a tools and rules page. Where is this tools and rules page? Boom, 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 boom. Rules, live incentives, post. I have an account check, benefits, live. Oh my gosh. TikTok, just fix this, please. I still appeal. I can't even, the funny thing is my live standing doesn't even say, like, I'm 100%. Like, this is where it's supposed to be. So, like, I don't even have, my tech team wouldn't have an answer. It's on my phone. I don't know how to appeal. Okay, fan. I'm like looking at everyone. I gotta turn my fan on. If you want to debate, let me know. Live talent, live achievements. The groups. James Pryor reported me. That'd be crazy. He probably. I mean, it might have been. I don't think it was him. Creator rankings. No. Can we just watch? I guess we'll just watch the views. Normally, you get a notification on your app, though. Like, I would get a notification in my notification saying you were reported. But, like, I didn't even get, like, in here. Account updates. Check your DMs. Like, for what? Request. DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. We have to vet you. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this fixed. Are views going up or down? Let's do that. I can't see the pint. Down. Lost 200. Okay, let me figure this out. Like, it sucks because, like, I can't. Like, there's no way for me to even report it. Like, live creator hub? No. There used to be like a rules and standing page where you would see all this. And I saw it the other day. Burning ring of fire. You gotta appeal it on the live stream screen. Guys, I don't think so. I can try to go live because, like, if I go live on here, let's see. I'm on the live screen. Please hold. Like, my live screen doesn't actually do anything. About me, live quality, at 1080p, marked viewers, moderators, comment safety, rankings, fundraiser, live recordings, live setup for client acquisition, blah, 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 blah. This is the live center. I hate that I have to do this. Sorry, guys. I understand I'm down 300. It's not here. There's only one spot for it, which is right here. It doesn't say I have any violations. And I don't even have it like on my screen to say. I can't appeal it on my live stream, guys. There's no appealing on my. We'll give it a minute. I don't want to have to restart the stream. It's silly. I think you're fine. This is just boring, hence the drop. I don't think so, Emily. I wouldn't drop 300 viewers because of this. And it literally said I was down and reported, but I just need somebody to hang out for 10 minutes. We certainly can. We'll get the next debater, but I don't want to have a debater on. A debater on? Debate. If we're restricted. I want to give them the full audience. Breaking, TikTok is shut down. The 10 minutes started 15 minutes ago. Has it been 15 minutes for me looking for this? That would be literally insane. I don't think so. I think you're fine. Has the number gone up at all? If the number has gone up at all, then I'll trust you, but I don't think it's gone up. Guys, I'm telling you, this is not. I'd like to say, guys, I appreciate all of this. I appreciate you guys thinking everybody knows it just went up barely. I just joined. Okay, that's different on YouTube. What kind of discounts are you seeing on the F6? We haven't done a mirror in a while. I have no good answer for you. But if you want to come on and debate, we can start getting a line of people who want to debate. DM me on Instagram. Live instead of program? No. Like, it shouldn't be this hard to figure out my rules and regulations. I didn't screenshot it. I mean, it says I'm 100%. Free delivered. When did we start this? Can somebody go through when I started complaining about it? Can somebody on YouTube go back the 8 minutes it took? Let me see if we have anybody else ready to debate. Does anybody else want to come up and debate? That's the whole point. Let me bring everyone back to the live 1 sec. Okay. It's going back up. Okay. We are trying to have people that want to debate us, so we are waiting for people in the line. Let me check the Slack channel. Consumers want to discuss franchise laws hurting pre-owned sales. No one else in the queue. I couldn't repost the live on TikTok, nor could find it on my feed unless I looked up delivered. Can anybody repost? That's a good question. Can somebody share the stream? Does it allow you to repost the stream now? Yes. Did it let me share it? Did it let you share it before? I can't repost. No, it says can't repost. No. I can't tell. One person is being vetted right now. Worst case, I'll restart the stream, but we'll keep going and see what happens because it said it was a 10-minute hurt. I shared it before and just reposted. Try to leave the stream and come back and let you see where we repost you. And have our views gone up or have our views gone down? That's what I really care about. If our views have gone down still. Somebody said steady 570s. Yeah, 570 is really low, even for me just talking. Just like at like 1 o'clock last night, we were at 900 people in there. Report a problem. Rules and rules. Back to repost. 1.3 gone up from 750. Okay, YouTube's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about YouTube. Okay. Let's do this call, see what happens. We're going to do this phone call, see what happens. I don't know who that person is. Hopefully there's somebody to get my number out. I love you. I love you too. It doesn't say we're low. No more bullying. No, I was bullying, but double tap the screen. Can everybody say TikTok shop and all the fun stuff? Everybody, TikTok shop. Talk about the TikTok shop for me, please. We love it. Okay, let's make this phone call. We're going to see what happens. If the views stay down, we'll restart the stream. Suck. His name is Alvin. Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Alvin. How's it going?
Going pretty good, man. So I've watched your live stream a few times, and I mixed emotions about what you're doing. I guess from a salesman standpoint of view, when you call these dealerships and you're telling them you're ready to buy right now, and you're not, you're taking time away from them making a real sale. Because I've heard you say, hey, if I get the numbers right, we'll buy the car. I don't know if they got the numbers right or not, but I'm all for, if somebody calls into my dealership now, my responsibility is to give them the out-the-door price, all incentives, rebates, work out the trade. And I don't have a problem giving that over the phone. And I know that, people are going to shop around. That's a big part. I've worked at dealerships where they don't want to give out the information over the phone because people are just wasting your time. Your time is valuable, but at the same time, I'm just wondering what your overall goal is of wasting other salesmen's time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why you asked that question is you want to make sure you have a serious buyer, right? That's the whole point of you have that. And what I have is literally the definition of the most serious buyer you'll ever have because they paid $1,000 to have somebody else buy a car from them. Anybody's want to shell out $1,000. Our buy rate is 99.7%, meaning anybody who hires us 99.7% of the time they buy a car. So like with those odds, it doesn't matter. So we're not wasting somebody's time. We're trying to buy a car. We're trying to do this. We're using language that dealerships use because without that language, you're right, they wouldn't give numbers. But that's a flaw in the system, right? I think it's silly that you're even saying something along the lines of you giving me numbers on the product you're selling and me not buying is a waste of time. That's insane.
Well, I mean, if it would be insane, then how many cars have you bought in the last 10 days? You should have bought, 40 cars in the last 10 days?
Well, in the last 10 days, let's see. Well, I can tell you since Monday, my team has done 67 deals.
Okay, so all right, so what I'm understanding is you guys actually buy the cars for people, you're a third-party guy.
Correct. We're negotiating for clients. Every call is for a client.
So that makes perfect sense. See, I did not know that. I thought you were a guy on just out there just making spoof calls to dealerships, just generating traffic on your website.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. With that being said, definitely, I don't have here at our dealership, we're the number one dealer. Yeah, we'd be glad to help anybody.
Yeah.
But I just thought you were calling people wasting their times and just for the heck of it. I didn't know you were actually making deals, so that makes perfect sense.
I don't think anybody does this for fun.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. People do all kind of postings for traffic,
Yeah. Nope. Not me. You see the amount of grays I have in my hair? I'm 33.
I got you. Well, that's cool, man. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you got my information. I'm in Baxley, Georgia.
Yeah.
Need any help with anything, or your clients are looking for GMC Chevrolet?
Okay. If anybody needs a car, they now know where to find you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye. We are debating car salespeople today. I believe car salesmen should not be trusted. So we're going to go through and have conversations. This is literally the day where people don't like me. They come on here. They're not allowed to debate me. Let's talk about some points that I have that you can debate on if you would like to come up here and debate on. I'm going to give some crazy one. Dock fees should be illegal. They should not be allowed in the dealership world. Guys, the mute is fine. I'm just turning the mute on and off depending on the situation. Relax, dude. First off, I believe the dock fees should be abolished today. They have no benefit to the consumer at all. They're only built for a way to help dealerships hide profit, and they've been proven they can't be trusted with such a simple thing because they're ignoring every FTC guideline. Step 2, I believe direct to consumer would be a 10 times better business model, and getting rid of franchise laws would fix the industry tomorrow. It would make the experience better. It would make cars much cheaper, and it would actually make dealerships more money. Number 3, I believe delivered is a net positive for the consumer. I believe number 4, I believe marking up rate should be illegal. That's illegal. And I believe that the only reason they're allowed to mark up rate is because they lobbied the government to get out of the Dodd-Frank Act. Number 5, I believe car salesmen have horrible training, and that's one of the biggest problems in the industry. Number 6, I believe we have a huge education problem in the dealership, and I'm talking about just a natural education. I'm just talking about educated people. And the car industry has made it so educated people do not want to enter the field, so you're forever stuck in a field of people that never want to improve because you're not putting educated people in the right place. Number 7, I believe that you cannot trust a car salesman. There is no benefit to trusting a car salesman, and you will only lose in that argument. Number 8, I believe that having a relationship with a car salesman means basically nothing unless you're a 0.01% that is trying to buy a Ferrari or a 911 GT3 RS. Otherwise, having a relationship with your car salesman means nothing. It only benefits the dealership, and on top of it, you are only utilizing it as a sales tactic. People don't want to be your friend. Number 7, I believe commission should be removed from dealerships tomorrow. I believe it would fix a lot of problems. If you believe, you're like, hey, Tommy, or I believe Tommy delivered as a net positive for consumers, and I don't believe I'm a scam artist. If you don't like anything I said, and you're like, hey, Tommy, I got words for you. You can come up and debate me. You see how pink my lips are? Yep. You like them? I worked on these this morning. I slept. Red lips, Tommy. I want to debate that you're 33. Fine. Debate me that I'm 33. If you're the person that wants to debate me, all you have to... Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you. All you got to do is message me on Instagram. Come on Instagram, DM me. Car sale, what I love, this is what I love. And the reason why I do this every week, and I give a long platform, is car salesmen come in my comments every day. Every day. Let's just read some. Let's go to Facebook. Because that's easy for me to pull up on my computer. Facebook. Let's look at Facebook, for example. Let's just go read. Nope, never mind. I'm not logged into Facebook. Let's go look at my Facebook. I'm going to go look at the latest video. We'll just read some comments from people. The CRV. There's only 2 comments on this one. Please hold. We have no comments on Facebook. Please. Oh, this one is 18. Boom. Boom. Let's go through and find somebody. You are literally scamming people. You're an idiot. Nobody should listen to this person. This person has no idea. All of this is fake and it's a scam. Tell me people pay $1,000 because they're an idiot and they're too lazy to do it themselves. People shop online for their next vehicle and trust yourselves. Don't trust this clown. If someone claims they can save you thousands of dollars but wants $1,000 up front, ask yourself why. If they already know which dealers are already the best to work with, what discounts are typically available, they're using knowledge that they built from experience, not magic. Today's market is transparent. Thanks to FTC, all dealers' add-ons must be part of advanced pricing that you can compare prices, incentives, dealer inventories, and reviews from your couch. Make a few phone calls, negotiate directly from your dealership, and keep the $1,000 in your pocket. Don't pay this asshole to make a few phone calls for you that you can make yourself. Shop online, do your homework, and trust yourself to get your own ability to get a good deal. These clowns are a scam. giving you guys some examples. And like we have people like Zach Morris. Like Zach Morris is here every single day. He's like, Tommy is a scam artist. Tommy makes all car salesmen look bad. No, Zach, I'm just making you look bad. And now Zach could just come up here and debate his point, but Zach is terrified to come up here because he realizes that he would get dog walked all day and realizes that he just wouldn't probably never have to watch the channel because he couldn't show his face again. But it's okay. Because that's what most car salesmen are, right? They're internet warriors. They come on here, they type a lot of messages. And the second you give them a platform, they're like, well, I deserve to make a profit. And this is what I give all, and there's, you guys are here every day. You guys see all the people that hate on me, right? Like this is the moment I give you to come up and say like, hey, this is your moment. Zach, you're allowed to come up here, but you don't want to come up here. You can't watch all of my content, comment on like every single one of my posts, and then you get the opportunity to show thousands of people the scam artist I am and how horrible I am and all this stuff, but you don't want to do it. Oh, I'll give you this one. Dealerships are not entitled to a profit. Boom. I forgot that one. Sorry. Number 10 or 11. Dealerships are not entitled to a profit. I'm giving you guys all the things that you can debate on. If you want to debate on any of these points, you certainly can. Again, I'll go through the points again. I believe doc fees should be illegal tomorrow. I believe that they are only a benefit to the dealership. I believe they're a way to hide profit, and it is an unethical way of doing business at this point in time. Step 2, I believe direct-to-consumer would solve most problems. If we allowed direct-to-consumer, dealerships would actually be more profitable, but the prices of cars would go down, and the consumer experience would be 10 times better. Number 3, I believe we should get rid of commissions tomorrow. I believe commissions are a net negative to the consumer, and they're not a positive to the consumer at all. And I don't think they give more driven, harder working, or better car salesmen. Boom, 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 boom. What else? Dealerships are not entitled to a profit. I said that. Oh yeah, sorry. Chevy dude is this narcissist and a pathological liar. We got to add that one in every once in a while. I believe marking up rate should be illegal. It should be illegal. They should not be allowed to mark up rate. I'll even let you schedule it so your viewers can join. What are you saying? What is he trying to do? Is he trying to do it on his own platform? I mean, you can do it now. Like you would have the platform with thousands of people watching my platform. You want to do it on yours at 76? You can hang up the phone anytime. I'll give you a call. Let's schedule it. DM me on Instagram. You said you don't have time right now. I feel like that's harsh as you're literally on. How are you messaging while you're getting a deal ready? Dude, you are such a liar. It's okay. Go, but that's fine. Give yourself some time to prepare. Go do all the research. Go do all the things. Go figure it out. You certainly will figure it out. I have faith in you. I believe consumers pay me $1,000 because they don't want to talk to you, and that's the only reason why. I mean, there's no prep with my friend. I mean, you've avoided this debate for like weeks. What else? Dude, we have nobody that wants to debate. This is sad. I'll join, thank you. DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I believe car salesmen are 95% of the problem when it comes down to the deal. I don't know. Car salesmen are a large part of the problem. I won't say 95%. All right. You know what? I lied. I'll be completely honest. I lied. I don't work at a dealership. I disagree with the idea of doc fees. I'm not sure why I even bothered to message you after you asked for my employment. I'm sorry I wasted your time. I panicked and didn't think twice, but I wanted to debate you so bad. Should we allow this person on? They want to debate me so bad, but they don't work at a dealership, but they want to defend doc fees. We don't have anybody else in line right now. Okay, send him my number. We'll let you debate. But if you start off this conversation, guys, I'm a really big fan, and I love what you guys, I know that I'm awesome. I know that I have many leather-bound books. I know my house smells of rich mahogany. You don't have to remind me. Okay, let him on. The people want to hear insert person here. Is he drunk? And in worst case, we'll talk about the James conversation. Worst case, if nobody comes on, we'll just replay James's drunk rant from last night. Okay, we're guys ready? We're gonna call him. We're gonna call I don't even know the guy's name, but that's fine. But he was so honest about it.
Hello?
Hey, this is Tommy. How's it going?
Hey, Tommy, it's Asher. I'm sorry I didn't mention my name at all.
No,
But, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. So you want to defend the doc fee?
Correct. I do want to defend the doc fees.
Hit me with it. Defend it.
So earlier, because I've watched your content and I see that you hate the profit margins, so I decided to go down and Google, research all this stuff about a week ago. And I'm looking at, the difference between used car dealerships and new car dealerships. And when you're selling the new cars, the dealers have to buy directly from the the manufacturer.
And
And
they buy from dealerships right now, but
no. I'm saying the dealers buy they don't buy.
oh yeah.
The
Yes,
manufacturer sends them inventory.
Correct.
And they buy that inventory.
Yep.
And the franchise fees and all that are crazy high. I know for some luxury dealerships like BMW, opening one can get up into 6 digits for just the franchise fee.
Sure.
And starting off a dealership to pay off that fee and all the debt you're going to have to take on, because it's going to be at least $1 million to open up and franchise a dealership and get all the legal things, the operating systems, and they need some extra ways to make margins. And yes, I know doc fees can seem unfair to the consumer, but when you're looking at it from the dealer perspective, these cars are sitting on their lots. And yes, they might have jacked up the price, but they still need a way to get money.
Welcome to running a business in 2026. Every business has this problem. Every business that wants to rely on somebody else's brand to build their own brand is going to have a startup cost. If I want to open a Chick-fil-A, a Subway, a Jimmy John's, I'm going to pay a franchise fee as well. Sorry, I'm really low, Mike. I'm going to pay a franchise fee as well, and I'm going to have an extreme cost associated with that. You're relying on somebody else's brand, which is why you're paying that extreme cost.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. You got me.
Yeah, I mean, and then on top of it, if you want to add it up, if that's the faith part you believe in, which preach, then why not just charge the consumer a fair, whatever the price is, to be able to make a fair profit? That makes sense for you. Why not just charge them the price that makes sense, get rid of the doc fee, and add it all in?
Well, then that's kind of the transparency issue. I feel like one day doc fees are gone and vehicles marked up. It's still there.
Correct, but now they can't hide it in a doc fee that you never can see. You can look on the price of the website and say, this is the price of the car. There's no way to hide a fee anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you got me. I'll be honest. You're good.
Well, Asher, it was good talking to you.
Yep, thank you. That lasted shorter than I expected.
All right, sounds good.
Yep, see you.
Bye. I feel like that went faster than the Floyd Mayweather fight. Hi, can I debate you? Literally anybody that wants to debate me that thinks they have a point. I mean, that was rough. But Asher, thank you for coming up. We appreciate your courage. I got a debatable argument. Isn't markup from a dealership like orange juice in Alaska where a gallon is $22? I mean, if he wants to come up, he certainly can debate the markup from... Sure, I don't care. At this point, I want people up here. Let's just get them up and see what happens. I want to debate your pricing model. By all means, come on up. DM me on Instagram. That's the best way to get a hold of us right now. DM us on Instagram. We'll vet you. Make sure you're a real person. We're going to call the person. His argument, his name's Tom. Oh, wait, this is not Orange Juice Man. This is a different, this is not Orange Juice Man. This is somebody else. Let's call him. His name's Tom. He has a great name from great people. His name's Tom.
Hello.
Hi, Tom. It's Tom.
Is this Tommy McCullough?
This is Tommy McCullough from Delivered. How's it going, Tom?
Hey, man, the wild man of Allegheny County.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, man. Well, the floor is yours. I think you understand. You can debate me on any topic that you want. I give you the floor. I let you talk. I let you make your point, and we see if we can how this goes.
Well, thank you, Tommy. I'm a consumer. I'm actually not a dealer of any sort or salesman. I'm a school teacher by trade. I buy certified pre-owned cars, and I'm afraid that with the franchise laws being eliminated, that there would be a sort of a watering down of when you say. I remember when a guy called in who was a Ford salesman, and you said to him, "What if a customer came to you and said, 'I'm looking for a high-end luxury, brand new sedan'?" And the word sedan, obviously, that is not a segment that Ford builds anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think the point that you were obviously trying to make is that him as a salesperson, if he has a fiduciary responsibility to that customer, he wouldn't say, "Oh, you know what, go down the street to Mercedes or BMW," mm-hmm. because he can't offer what they would want.
Sure.
Right? I'm just thinking that, like, there is if someone's going to go buy a Mercedes, it's so amazing pulling up to a Mercedes dealership and you see their entire portfolio of vehicles fresh on the lot, shiny and new, mm-hmm. And you go in and you get the Mercedes experience. There are Land Rover dealerships. In fact, my local one, they have a test track in the back where you can drive the Land Rover on these wacky different terrains and stuff that they've mm-hmm. built. I just feel like everything would be drowned out if you've got Bob's Hot Car Lot and a Mercedes is sitting next to a Land Rover, is sitting next to a Chrysler minivan. I mean, I just, what does the car buying experience look like when franchise laws go away? Because I'm a guy, I want to get in the car, I want to touch it, I want to see it, I want to feel it, I want to smell it. Just like the car salesmen say. And it just seems like there would be some sort of a watered down experience. Maybe a Subaru dealership they might say, "Hey, this is the sort of target market of our customers. We're going to make our dealership look a certain way so that when people come in that want to buy that particular, type of vehicle, that we're going to give them the Subaru experience or the Land Rover, or the Mercedes, or et cetera." Whereas if everybody is just selling everything, it's like going into a department store and all the TVs just kind of look the same. What is it that you say to that? How would I benefit from the franchise laws disappearing?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're thinking of the Wild Wild West, which is not how we've ever seen it in a world, and brand manufacturers still control their brand. So first off, there's never been a time in existence where adding more competition has ever made prices go up or experience get worse. It just hasn't happened. But like, if I go to buy an iPhone, right? Like right now I can buy my phone from Apple, but not everybody can sell an iPhone, right? Not everybody. Apple has to approve you as a franchisee to make sense. And if you're a franchisee, you have certain guidelines you follow. That's why when you go to Best Buy, you go to the Apple store, you go to Verizon, every display is identical because they want everybody to have that experience. Manufacturers can absolutely do the same. If you want to sell our product, this is how it looks and this is how our brand is represented. But like the overall like experience that people would get like worse and like it would be this weird experience. Also, when it comes down to like the dealership test drive experience right now, you're really talking like a one-off experience. 99% of dealerships, when it comes down to luxury or non-luxury, do not have a crazy cool driving experience. It's a normal dealership lot with a normal dealership. And maybe they have like a cool restaurant in their dealership, but they're not having anything that makes them special or unique or anything of value. But competition has always made prices go down and experience go up, and franchises can control their image.
Got it. And then what do you think would happen with, let's say, certified pre-owned cars? I mean, without that sort of brand identity, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they would still exist. I mean, like, again, I think people, when we talk about getting rid of franchise laws, all you're allowing the manufacturer to do is to jump in and sell cars as well. So they are just another person that can sell cars. But it's a big enough piece of competition where dealerships have to improve. The idea that dealerships couldn't still have their own franchises, like, there's no reason why Toyota wouldn't want to sell cars themselves and also have franchises. Just like Apple doesn't only have Apple stores. You can buy Apple from the Apple store, or I can buy Verizon or Best Buy or Target. Like, they want as many people to sell their product as possible. And again, when it comes down to certified pre-owned Apple phones and Apple products, they go through the same process as everybody else does. You have to follow the rules, otherwise you're not a franchisee.
Gotcha. If you're someone who says you want to remake the industry, but you also say that you are turning down 50% of your clientele, which I certainly believe in what you're doing. I think it's magnificent, but turning down, and I know you solve people's problems. That's how you make money, and that's how you excel at what it is that your objective is. Is the model that you have? When can the other 50% get a shot?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of things. So first off, I believe that one of the biggest problems that businesses in America are making right now is they're trying to serve too many people. The reason why the dealership experience is such a horrible experience is that they can't serve the millions of Americans every single month trying to buy a car, because everybody's different, right? Some people value their time more, some people value their money more, some people want that hands-on experience, some people don't want to talk to anybody in 5 clicks. It's really hard for one business to serve everybody. Like, Tesla has one experience, which is a really fast car buying experience, but they do not have a luxurious car buying experience, and some people want that experience. So the problem that businesses do is they try to serve absolutely everybody. Delivered will not serve absolutely everybody, because then our experience gets watered down. Rather than me being the best possible service for the people that make the most sense for Delivered, people who value their time, now I'm trying to serve people who value their money more. And it's an entire different audience, which means my entire business model changes. And honestly, you're not even a good fit for the company. I think this is one of the problems we have with sales right now, is that companies try to sell everybody their product. In reality, it's okay that, like, my service isn't a good fit for you. We reject 50% of the business, not because they want to have service. We just don't think you're a good fit for it. We don't think you need the service. You don't, like, again, you're talking more about money savings. You're like, I had somebody that called me on the phone today and said, Tommy, I really want to be $27,000 for a Ford Bronco Sport. He talked to me for 10 minutes, and all he did was talk about the certain price on a Ford Bronco Sport. I was like, you know what? If you only value that money savings, that's the only thing you've talked about here, we might not be a good fit for you, man. That's okay. But if you value time, energy, and anxiety, and it's dealing with it, then we're a good fit. But like, if your idea is just the money saving, you want to get to this price, save the $1,000 and do it yourself.
You're absolutely, yes. Sometimes I think, is that going to like change the industry? See, the thing is, honestly, I don't mind the dealership experience. It's everything. The road to the sale is totally cool with me. When I see the pencil, this is when the knot in the stomach and the anxiety and the stress really kind of start to pop up. And I think that the car sales people and managers, et cetera, that debate you on here, they think of that first portion when you come in and someone greets you who's wearing a tie and says, hello, how can we serve you today? Oh, I'm looking for this car. Great. Come on over. You want a cup of coffee, cup of tea, water? We've got everything over there. We'll bring it right over for you. Hey, wonderful. What's your wife's name? Excellent. What car are you driving now? What are your needs for your future vehicle? This is all a good experience to me. But when it comes down to the negotiation is where things get not so pleasant anymore. And I think that's what the car sales people see their purpose. And it's that first portion leading up to let's say the first pencil, where they find the most value in themselves. And that's what they're really seeing in their job, is showcasing an exclusive product, very much hands-on to a consumer such as myself. And I like to receive that sort of guidance in what I'm seeing. But yes, the negotiation portion is where people go, ooh, I don't like this, and then they call Tommy, and that's great. But what is the franchise laws go away, and there isn't that sort of portfolio of vehicles, and we're here and we know our product, and everybody's just kind of selling everything. Like it just seems like a watered down experience leading up to the pencil. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things that I would disagree with on. First off, I would say 95, let's just say, I'll go more modest. 70% of people that walk in a dealership are not having a great experience. Salespeople are some of the most undertrained people. The average car salesman lasts less than a year. The idea that every time somebody walks in a dealership, they're getting this amazing experience. Now, in luxury, it's a little bit better, but if you're looking at a Toyota dealership, I will say that 90% of the time, I know more about the Toyota brand than they do, which is sad because they sell them and I sell 48 different brands, right? So I don't think the general idea is that everybody walk in the dealership, but that's exactly my point, which is you are the type of consumer that values the wine and dine experience. You want somebody to know your name. You want somebody to ask me about your wife. You want to feel special. But then there's somebody else over here, which is me. I don't care about any of that. I want to buy the car, be in and out. I want to be out in 10 clicks. And one business really struggles to be excellent at both of those things. So, and when as a business, when you try to serve both of those audiences, you become mediocre at both of those things because you're trying to serve two different audiences. So what ends up happening with direct to consumer is they're able to serve that group of audience that they just don't want to deal with the salesperson process. They don't want to deal with it. They want to buy a car in 10 clicks. They know exactly what they want. And that entire audience is taken care of. And now over here, you have people like you that do value that experience. People that may even pay more money, and you have to be able to make that experience worth it. So salespeople have to train even harder. They have to be even more knowledgeable in their product, because you can buy a car in 10 clicks right down, literally on your phone while you're in the dealership with me. So I have to make it such a great experience. You would never dare pick up your phone and buy a car in 10 clicks, because this experience is worth it. This experience is phenomenal. This experience is amazing. And dealerships would have to earn that sale. Right now, they have no right to, they'd have no reason to earn that sale. They can be crappy and shitty. And if they're the only person in your area, guess what? Like, buy a car or have a nice day.
Yeah, man. Excellent. Thank you. So great to talk to you. And an experience with you is always a wonderful experience, Tommy. Thanks so much for entertaining us and advocating for us consumers out there.
Thank
Take
you.
it easy, man.
Appreciate your service, teacher. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let's go through and we're going to talk to Cash. Now, Cash has an issue with my pricing model. This one's going to be interesting. This is somebody who seems to disagree with me. I'm excited for this one. He says he has and guys, I use first names when they give first names. So if a salesperson gives us their first name, they will tell us like they don't want their name to be on there. So I'm not like betraying their trust. They know we're not giving first their last name, where they work. We're not giving them that. You're just saying his name. Did I give the right number? Hopefully.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
Did I dial the right number? Sometimes you do that and it's like the Apple do not disturb.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
So, oh, he's calling me back. This is Tom.
Hey, Tom. Sorry, my phone, it wasn't ringing. It was weird.
No, you're good, Cash. Okay, so I think you understand the premise. You can disagree with anything you said. I think you want to talk about my pricing model and talk about that a little bit more. I'm all for having the conversation.
All right, cool. So my main thought is with your pricing model, I just don't understand first, I guess I just want to make sure I understand the service. So like you're helping people negotiate and everything. And then at what point do you hand it off that they go to the dealership? And when they're signing paperwork and like interest rate and like making sure there's nothing weird on there, are you guys like on the phone with them, or how does that like handoff process work?
Yeah, I mean, the service is really simple. Charge $1,000 up front before we do anything. Once we do that, we then go through a needs assessment, make sure we know everything we need for the client. We negotiate the entire deal. Once the client says yes to the deal, we hand them off to the dealership. The dealership hands paperwork. We have an entire team dedicated at that point, making sure the paperwork goes smoothly. There's no issues. If they want aftermarket product, we would help negotiate that aftermarket product. If they end up doing financing and they want us to look at their rate, or if they need help getting a pre-approval, we would walk them and guide them through there. We don't do the paperwork for them, but we're more than willing to give guidance and advice at the end.
Okay. And so then like if while they're doing the paperwork, they want someone on the phone, you guys do that.
Correct. Yeah. They want somebody doing paperwork. They want us on the phone and speakerphone. They certainly can.
Okay. And then when you said that you only, like, when you decline about 50% and take mostly people that are price concerned, and so primarily you also said you mostly sell like Camrys and stuff, right? Or like Toyotas, or what's your?
I mean, we do every brand, but like right now, let me give you an example. If I allowed everybody to sign up that I could right now, I could not. I can barely handle the business we have right now. So like, I don't advertise at all. Like if you look at my channel, like I obviously stream, but like there's no like hire, deliver, do this. I don't have a sales funnel. I have 700 emails in the last 4 days of people reaching out saying, "I want to hire you. I just have this question." I don't have a single team dedicated to answering those emails. It's just me, and I haven't answered a single one in 4 days because I've been so busy with other things. Like that is the level of like we have to reject 50% of the business, because if I just everybody sign up and I allow that sales funnel, we would be doing 1,000 deals a month, and I wouldn't have the staffing for it. Our experience would go way down. We'd get bad reviews, and I would trade short-term money for long-term reputation. I'm not willing to do that.
Okay, fair. Good problem to have as far as being busy. So then, I guess my question is, if like with cars like a Toyota or something that are more common, to at a certain point, you guys probably know like what you're getting off of those as far as like the SRP.
You're cutting out really bad too. I'm like hearing every other word.
Can you hear better now?
Now I can hear better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you guys sell a car, if it's something like a Toyota or something that's a more common car, at a certain point, you guys probably have like, this is what you expect to get off based on your like history and data and selling.
Yeah, we have it on those cars. I mean, we're doing almost 500 deals a month at this point. We have data on almost every car.
Fair. And so I guess my thing is like, wouldn't, for people that are just price conscious or whatever it is, wouldn't you guys be able to just like sell just like your expected price sheet? So some people could just be like, hey, look, if I just call, like they could do that part of the work themselves. I guess now I see like your business is doing well enough where you're declining some people, but I guess more of just a comment, because I don't have much to say besides, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
You're as busy as you are. But would you guys consider just opening up a separate side of your business where you're like, hey, you could just pay us like this, and we'll give you, for the car you're looking for, we'll just give you guys based on our data. So that way someone like, someone that is just price conscious and was willing to do the rest of it could just be like, okay, I can just call on some of these dealerships and do that side of it.
Even better.
What's going on with the Toyota market? I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. If you're considering buying a Toyota this summer,
I literally make free videos for people to go through and tell them that free data without charging them a dime. There's no reason for me to charge you to give you 4 seconds of information. That's me trying to monetize my audience rather than adding any value to them. We have the data. We make videos for them. I'm not going to go out and like sell the data. That just maybe one day, but it just doesn't, like, I just make videos. I'll tell, like, I literally give it out for free. Like people aren't hiring, and that's it. Like that's where it comes down to, like, our client base, right? Our clients. That's why we reject people, because they would be the cost conscious person, the person that wants to just save money. Here's the video. Go do it yourself. You got this.
I think I misunderstood the business model at first, because I always see your calls where it's mostly trying to get so much off of MSRP. But I think the bigger value.
We are trying to get a great deal for our client. I want to be super clear. Like my job is to get a great deal for, like, when you go out to eat to a restaurant, if you found a steak, you're like, I'm sorry, I don't want to eat cook tonight. I understand I'm not going to save money. If you saw like a chicken sandwich and it was $79, you'd be like, and it's not a good sandwich, you're not going to buy there. So it has to be a price that makes sense, and it also has to be a good meal. Same thing when it comes down to negotiating. We have to get a great deal for our client. People aren't paying us $1,000 to buy a car at MSRP. They're paying $1,000 because they trust that we're going to get them a great deal on a car. They understand they can do it on their own. They just don't want to do it.
That's fair. But yeah, I think that's where I see more of the value in your business. But I like what you do. Yeah, you take it easy.
Okay, good talk, man. Okay, well, that's another one. Again, we're allowing anybody to come up here to debate. Like somebody says that I'm a broker. I'm not a broker. Willing to debate, Shauna. If you want to have a debate on a broker, you certainly can. We're going to debate anybody else. Just to give you guys some topics that you guys said, DM me on Instagram. First off, I believe doc fees should be illegal tomorrow. I believe they only benefit dealerships, and they're just a way for dealerships to hide profit. There's no benefit to them. I believe that direct-to-consumer should exist, and it would fix most dealerships' problems. It would make cars cheaper. It would make the experience better, and it'd actually make dealerships more money, which would be a good positive. 3, I don't think dealerships are entitled to a profit. 4, I believe that we have a huge training and education issue in the dealership world. Not only just training cars, but I just think a lack of actually, like, general intelligence in the industry, which is why the industry is stalled the way it is, because we don't have intelligent people working there. So there's no reason for advancement. 6, I believe marking up rates should be illegal. 7, I have other ones. I believe delivered is a net positive to consumers, and we are the biggest force to fix this industry. I'm going to call. We have another person that's up in the line. If you want to jump on a debate, no profit for dealerships, only profit for brokers. And Zach Morris is back. Apparently, he got his insurance card, did this whole deal, and he's ready for his debate. But I just want to remind you guys, this is what car salesmen do. I also say that car salesmen are horrible listeners. They do not listen to you, and they try to turn your argument to become something completely swift. I said dealerships are not entitled to a profit. That's the words we're using. They're not entitled to a profit. And I'm also going to blow your mind, Zach, because I know you've heard this 1,000 times, which is why you're being disingenuous. I'm also not entitled to a profit. Welcome to America and the free market. Nobody's entitled to a profit. I said dealerships are not entitled to a profit. That's exactly what I said.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to...
Guys, if we're calling you, you got to answer. It helps to answer. Call them again. If there's no profit, my family will starve and it'll be your fault.
Hello?
Hey, is this Gyro?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, doing well. Okay, I think this is Tommy from Delivered. I think you understand the premise. I appreciate you being braver than Zach Morris that did not want to come up here because he was scared of me. It's okay. I'm not scary. I don't bite. But you get to debate anything you want. The floor is yours. I let you talk. I let you make your point. I don't interrupt you. But I'll let you start. If you need any questions, don't be afraid to let me know. But otherwise, the floor is yours.
Well, so I mean, I've been following you for a little bit, and one of the things that you have an issue with, or that it seems that you have an issue with, is like doc fees or like addendums, you know, or reconditioning fees, stuff of that nature, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And,
general rule of thumb is all of those fees. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be transparent with you. I work at a dealership, and our doc fee is like $225, right? $225. But that's because we process all the paperwork on the customer's behalf, you know, with the county, the state, you know, the bank, everything. It's quite a lot. It's quite a bit of paperwork. Our accounting team handles all that, right? And you know, you have to pay for the accounting department. And I just feel like, you know, a lot of these fees. I mean, some dealerships do make them. You know, they charge like $900 doc fee. You know, the variation. I mean, the range in between these fees. I mean, can change from dealership to dealership, and some people can justify them, some people can't, and some dealerships use them as a negotiating. You know, if someone doesn't make a big fuss about it, then they can charge you $900 for a doc fee. You know, people that aren't necessarily educated on what exactly it is. You know, on the other hand, and then the other fees, for example, like the reconditioning fee, our dealership charges like $1,100, and that seems reasonable to me because the way that we understand it is basically, you know, whenever we take in a used car, you know, let's say this used car is fairly new, it's maybe a year old, has 10,000 miles. Well, that car isn't going to necessarily need a lot of work done to it, right? You know, you say something that's a little bit older.
I'm clearly here. I didn't hang up. You hung up on me. I'll call him back. You must have accidentally hung up. Oh, he's calling back. Looks like you hung up.
Oh, I don't know where it cut off at.
Nope. Yeah, you literally come up when you're talking about recon fees.
Recon fees, okay. So yeah, our recon fees, the way that it works is basically, you know, you might take in a car, a trade-in that's a year old. It might not need anything more than just an oil change and some tire rotations. But then you also might take a car in that's a little bit older. It might need tires, windshields, right? So we put that in there Not to say that it's a mandatory fee because it is negotiable, but it just really depends on the car, you know. But we explain that to our customers, and then on top of that, anything else, um, at the end of the day, I mean, we don't really. It has to make sense for the customer and for the business. If it's just somebody comes in asking 10 grand off on a Camry, it's just not doable. It's not reasonable. It's not, you know, realistic. But you know, and the thing about Toyotas, I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but I thought Toyotas, but specifically on Toyotas, they don't have rebates, they don't have huge markups. And you used to work at the dealership, so I'm pretty sure you're aware of what the margins are on these Toyotas. I mean, so there's not a lot of rebates out there. There's not a lot about like crazy discounts. Like you'll see, like especially like at Ford or Chevy on their trucks, they'll knock 10, 12, 15 grand off easily just to sell them, right? But then when it comes to resale, right, their resale is trash compared to Toyota. I mean, to Tacomas and Tundras, they have a better resale value than those other brands. So the way that the buying structure works, and it's kind of been the same thing for as long as I can remember, is basically because it's a capitalistic market, right? So you get to be however if you want to open up a dealership and do it the way that you do it, basically just have one price, the MSRP be the one price, and there's no negotiating. That's what CarMax does, right? You can't negotiate on price. This is the price, right? And then when it comes to financing, they'll do the financing too, but they also mark up their services. Everybody has a markup, you know. Whether you want to buy the product, that's the thing. It's like completely optional. You don't have to come to the dealership to buy a car. Nowadays, you can even go to Carvana and buy a used car completely online. But they're also doing the same thing. It's just they're doing it all automated. So I don't see where this argument that dealerships are terrible, or that 90% of customers are hating the dealership experience. It's just not what we see out here like every day. So.
Yeah, I'll touch on all four of your points, 90% and 70%. We'll get through there. So first off, doc fee. You said there's a cost of paperwork to you're doing the registration. So I asked two different questions. First off, do you think that I have an accounting team?
Do you have an accounting team?
Correct. You said I have to do paperwork, do all this. Do I have an accounting team that does paperwork on the back end that isn't involved in the negotiation?
No, I don't know. I'm pretty sure
what
you
about
don't,
Best Buy? Do you think Best Buy
not...
has an accounting team to do all the paperwork, administer all the warranties, all the work? Does Best Buy have that?
Best Buy. Well, but they're not doing complicated deals like financing and title paperwork.
Are you a finance manager?
No.
Doing paperwork is not complicated. There are risks that if you miss a paperwork, but the idea that paperwork is complicated isn't true. Like I was a finance manager for 6 years.
But you're handling contracts, though. You're handling like legal contracts. And
so can I do the contracts? Okay, cool. Can I do the contracts without you? Can I just do it myself? Can I register the whole car myself?
Absolutely, you can. If you want to go ahead and go through the process of.
You can't do a new car. On a new car, you cannot do the paperwork yourself. The dealership's legally required to.
Yeah, and plus, there is a disclaimer at the dealership saying that doc fees, that dealerships are capped on how much you can charge for a doc fee. You know that, right?
It depends on your state. So every state's different. But what I'm saying is, and the point I'm making is that I have no choice as a consumer. You have to do the paperwork. I cannot register a new car. The dealership has to. That's state mandated law. Secondly, I let you go on for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna make my point. Secondly, here, every business in America has extra additional cost that go above and beyond the actual sale of the item, the profit of it. Best Buy and the grocery store do not charge you a receipt fee and a paperwork fee, but yet they are paying for somebody to bag your groceries, right? Like every business has this. But dealerships, as you went on and when you were talking about the entire thing, you said, well, we charge $225, but there's other dealerships that charge $900. There's others that charge $1,500. The problem is that when it comes down to a doc fee, it's just another way to hide profit. Why is it so hard for a dealership if you need that extra $225 of profit in your sale to just add it to the price of the car? Why can't you just say, instead of I'm charging $20,000 for the car, I'm going to charge $20,250, and that's the price of the car. There's no dock fee.
May I answer?
Yeah, now you're. Yeah, I mean, dude, I let you talk for like 15 minutes. I didn't interrupt you at all. So like when I'm only answering your first point here. So I cut you off because I have to.
I wasn't being sarcastic. I wasn't being sarcastic. I didn't know if you were.
Yeah, you're good at
no,
talking.
I understand. I wasn't trying. Yeah. So the reason that we don't add it to the price of the car, because it's not part of the car. It's a different thing. It's basically we're itemizing, right? Everything, right? So the dock fee is for this, right? The same way that whenever you go pay sales tax, TTNL, it's a bunch of little fees that the government has to, like the bridge, fee. It's a bunch
We're not
of
talking about any of those fees. Let's not pull the conversation to government fees. We're only talking about your recon fee and your dock fee.
Right, the dock fee. So the dock fee, the reason that we don't apply it to the price of the car is because it's not part of the car, right? So it doesn't.
But how is it not part of the car? It's literally
separate.
involved. The only way for me to buy the car is to go through the documentation.
But that's saying like then we should roll the taxes into the price of the car because you have to pay
because
taxes
the taxes
to buy the
are
car.
collected by the state. The dealership is literally just collecting them for the state. The dock fee is just additional profit that goes into the owner's pocket. The dock fee is, again, how you're doing it in your head. You're saying, well, the dock fee pays for the accountants. Sure, in your weird way, but $225 for the amount of work, the math doesn't equal out. It's a huge profit margin. There's a reason why California can charge $85 where you're charging $225. You're literally making 3 times the money on a dock fee because, again, even at $85, you're making money per car deal. If you just do the math, if you sell 500 cars at $225, it's additional profit. The reason why a dealership does not want to add the dock fee to the price of the car, even if it's a necessary expense to the business, is they'd have to raise the price of their car. The same with your recon fee. The reason why you have a recon fee is that you'd have to advertise a higher cost of your car, but every business in America has to, and the pricing would be more transparent to have the recon fee and the dock fee on there, and the price of the car would be the price of the car, and the taxes would be the taxes. But the second the dealership is allowed to add additional fees that they're really just making up. Really, again, the dock fee is just something that again, I've heard every answer under the sun on what a dock fee pays for. In reality, a dock fee does not pay for the documentation. It does that. There are PACs involved in every single deal that pull money aside to make sure everything's paid for. Dealerships are reimbursed when it comes to a lot of that. When it comes down to the destination and handling, they get that money back when they file with the manufacturer. Like, this idea of the dock fee is just an additional profit margin. Let's be honest.
For $225 per deal,
again, 225. Let's just do the math here. Let's say your dealership sells 500 cars a month. 225 times 500. That is an additional $112,000 a month your owner is making in dock fees, just dock fees. And let's just say the profit is, let's just say now $75,000 in additional profit because a customer won't think twice about it.
How much did you say it was?
If you do 225 divided by or times 500,
and you said $100,000,
about roughly about $100,000. Yep.
Okay.
But again, what benefit does this have the consumer? How does the consumer benefit from a dock fee? Why not raise the price $250?
Why doesn't it? Because it's not part of the car. It's not like I'm adding something. It's not like an accessory that is part of the car. And even then, like whenever you see a window sticker, right? We're not going to put in there, dock fee in there, right? But you do see a processing or delivery and handling fee from Toyota that you have to pay, right? That's part of the price of the car, right?
How much does your title clerk make?
Huh?
How much does your title clerk make?
You have to pay title fees, right? You have to pay all these fees.
All of that's built in. You pay the consumer pays their title fees. They pay all that. We're talking about the dock fee pays for the people in the office to do the paperwork. How much does your title clerk make? Do you know?
Whatever their standard hourly rate is, $15 an hour.
So $15 an hour again. And they can turn through anywhere between 5 to 10 deals an hour. So why isn't your dealership paying that person, let's just say $150 they turn, because they're getting to, because that's what you're paying for.
I mean, they're making an extra $100,000 a month on these doc fees. Let's just say,
The owner is not the person doing the paperwork, not the finance manager, just the owner.
So that pays for like two people's two accounting salaries
in 1 month. Correct. In just an additional fee.
Every month, yes, it covers it for 1 month. What's the big deal? You know
because
how many people in accounting we have? We have like at least 15 people.
So again, you're talking about 1 month you're able to cover, because at 500 deals, you'd probably have 2 title clerks. So 1 month you've covered their salary, and 11 months you put profit into another yacht? Like,
it's another yacht.
Whatever the owner wants to buy, they're able to now buy with additional profit that has no benefit to the consumer, and you hide it as a way to do paperwork, right? Like if the idea, I'm all for it. If you're like, hey, you know what? We pay our title clerks $150 a deal. We take $175. The other $25 is profit for us, and our title clerk makes $150 for every deal they do the paperwork on, and they make all that money. Now you make a valid argument. But the second title clerks are some of the most underpaid people in the dealership. I know our title clerk worked her ass off and was there late and early every single day and made like $15-20 an hour.
Yeah, $15 an hour. How much do you think that's at least what, 30-40 grand a year, right?
And the dealership is and you have an employee coming out here saying we charge $225 for the doc fee for that person to do the paperwork, yet you're only paying them $15 an hour.
But that's for one clerk. I mean, we have, in order to do the business that we do, we don't just rely on one person.
How many title clerks do you have?
I mean, maybe we have like specifically title clerks. I don't know, but we have like at least
you have 1 to 2 if you're doing 500.
50.
We did 400 deals a month. We had 2 title. We had 1 title clerk, 1 administrative. We had 3 total office people upstairs that were able to handle the paperwork for about 400 to 500 deals. And then you probably have a controller. But again, you can't add all of those into there because the service is making money to pay for the controller as well. The idea behind it is you can't take 17 parts of your business and claim it's paying for one office when that office is one of the most underpaid offices in the building.
I mean, if you have 15 people working, 10 to 15 people working in your accounting department, right?
There's not 15 people working at the accounting department doing 400 deals a month.
What? What do you mean?
It does not take 15 people to do 400 deals in the accounting office.
To do all the accounting? To do all of the accounting?
Correct.
Maybe 10 people. Maybe 10 people.
It's not 10 people. If you're doing 400 deals a month, again, our dealership did 400 deals. And we had 3 people plus a controller.
But you're not doing the registration, are you?
No, I'm talking about when I worked at the dealership. I was a finance manager for 6 years. At my dealership, we had a title clerk, a process administration, and an HR and payroll. We then had a controller as well. That was our entire office upstairs.
How many is that? 5 people?
4 people. 4 people, but one of those is the controller that runs for the entire dealership, including service as well. So you can't say the doc fee pays for that, or you're also using service profits to pay for that. The general rule of thumb as a whole is this is how businesses are run. You charge your product to make a profit that makes sense, and that pays your bills. The idea that you're trying to fee out every single service you have and say, okay, well, this is a bill that we have, so you've got to pay that. No business does this ever. You're not paying for the person to bag your groceries at the grocery store as a bagging fee, right? Like, that's not how this works. It's not cheaper for me to go to self-checkout than it is to use the bagger.
Yeah, but they're just bagging groceries.
And
you're not handling contracts.
And even if that, again, the contracts that I cannot do on my own, I have the option to do either way, and I have the service either way. But when it comes down to the paperwork, I've done paperwork for 6 years. It is not that complicated.
Okay, so whenever you were in finance and you wrote up a deal, where did you take that deal? Who did you hand it off to? And who made sure that everything that needed to be in that deal on that checklist was in there? And if not,
well, you gotta be careful here. As a finance manager, the finance manager is already getting paid. The finance manager gets paid by warranties. They don't get paid by the doc fee.
Exactly. But somebody's checking your work though, right?
Correct. So you're saying everything in the back office, my work is, as a finance manager, I'm already being paid by the warranty administrator.
Yeah,
so the person that's double checking,
that.
You're paying the person double checking my work upstairs, and that person makes $15 an hour.
One of them, maybe 15, maybe more, actually, because they're in accounting. Maybe they're CPAs. I don't know.
They're not a CPA.
Okay. And they're also handling payroll, right?
That's a whole different department.
No, not in our. In accounting, our accounting department handles payroll, and they also handle all of the titling and all the paperwork. So they're all in the same office.
$17.93 an hour is what the average title clerk here at a dealership makes.
What is that yearly? How much does that come out to yearly?
$37,000 a year.
So that's for one person.
For
I just
one
said we have
person.
like 10 people. You said your example was 4 people, right? And I'm pretty sure nobody's going to take on that job making $17 an hour. So let's be real about that. They're probably making at least
I'm trying to explain
$30 an hour.
I want to explain how business works. So I charge $1,000 fee, right?
You don't have to do that.
I want you to explain how I can do it, but you can't. I charge $1,000 fee. When we negotiate a car deal, we actually have 7 people that are involved in that car deal. Only one person negotiates it, but there's 7 people needed to make delivered run. We have somebody that is actually going through and verifying the paperwork, just like that title clerk. We have somebody actually running the entire operations of the business. We have somebody running payroll. I'm not even including my accountant, my lawyers, my CPAs. I'm just talking about 7 people that work on the car deal all at once. Why am I not charging a doc fee? Why can I survive and still make a profit while not charging a doc fee?
7 people to do a car. I don't know, because I mean, whenever you do it from the, at the dealership, you have the salesman, the desk manager, the finance manager. Those are the only 3 people that touch that deal. I mean, and then the accountant.
And all of them get paid in separate parts of the deal.
Right.
The salesman and the sales manager get paid off the profit of the deal, while the finance manager gets paid on the back end.
On the front end. Yes, and then the desk manager gets paid on the whole deal, right?
Correct. So where's the doc fee going?
Front and back, right?
Where does the doc fee go?
The people in accounting.
That make $15 an hour that their salary is paid for in 1 week of doc fees. So where does the rest of the doc fee money
for
go?
the whole department? It applies for the whole department. Look,
let's just go hypothetically. Let's say you have 10 people in your accounting. Nobody has 10 people in their accounting office for 400 deals. $35,000 a year times by 10 in 3.5 months. I've now paid for all of their salaries. If I have 10 people in the accounting, which no accounting department has that many people for 400 deals in 3.5 months, I have paid it. Where does the other 9 months go?
Wait. How did for 3 months salary you paid them? Yeah, for 1 year for $100,000 you paid for 3 month salaries for 3 of them? Is that what you're saying?
No. I am saying if I have 10 people in my accounting office, which there is no dealership in America for 400 deals that has 10 people in their accounting office. But let's just say hypothetically, they're overstaffed. They have 10 people. They're making on average $37,000 a year. We'll do the exact math here. That means they have $370,000. Wait, sorry, let's do the exact math so I don't mess up. 37,000 times 12. It's $440,000 a year. Now, if you're doing 400 deals a month times your $225 doc fee times 12, that is $1 million. So that means in 12 months, you're able to go through 444 divided by 90. That means you're able to, in 5 months' time, you have paid all of the salaries of every employee that's overstaffed and crazy. Where does the other 7 months go?
Okay, 37,000 for one, and you have 10 of them. That equals 370,000, right? Your doc fees for 400 deals at 225 is what? Not 90,000. It doesn't cover all the salary. It barely covers a third.
You're talking about a year's salary for 1 month of doc fees. That's why I said in 5 months you've paid for all of their salaries. In 5 months you've paid for all of their salaries. We just did the math. It takes 5 months with the $90,000 of doc fees, right, to get there. So after the 5 months, at month 6, we've paid for everybody's salary. Where does the money go?
Ancillary. I mean, there's the profit. So the dealership's making another 90 grand.
So it's just a profit margin is what it is.
But you still have to, do the paperwork.
But the paperwork's been paid for, and you paid for your crazy accounting team that is able to be the craziest accounting team in the world that has the least staff ever. And you've paid for your entire accounting team that runs an entire dealership, not just the people doing your paperwork. Because again, they're running service, they're running payroll, they're running HR, they're running everything, and your doc fee found everything. In 5 months. So the other 7 months are profit that go into the owner's pocket, which then the entire premise goes, how can I charge $1,000 and pay for my payroll? How can I pay for my lawyer? How can I pay for my CPA? How can I pay for the 7 people working the car deal on my $1,000? Why am I not charging a doc fee? Why is Best Buy not charging a doc fee? Why isn't Apple charging a doc fee? Why is no other business charging this doc fee? They all have the same expenses.
No, their business, they're all in the car. Everybody in the car dealership charges a doc fee.
Well, not everybody does,
Right?
but again,
I mean,
just because everybody is
that has
doing it
that
right
has
now
a
doesn't make it
that
good
has
for
a-
the consumer. That's because you have a lack of, which will
But,
go to
I
your,
mean,
which
but
your
they're
third
buying a
point, which is
car. They're
capitalism,
buying-
which we'll get into your third point.
But here's the thing, though. What you're suggesting, right? And you're trying to put a cap on how much money a person can make. Then
No,
then
you can charge $1 million per car. I don't care. I want the price on your
As long as
website to
you're
be the price of the car
transparent,
plus taxes. That's it. It's that simple.
If you went to our website, you would see exactly how much we charge for the doc fee and everything.
Does every dealership
Right.
do that?
So, I mean, I can't speak for every dealership. I know
Exactly, and that's
from
the problem
where
right
I
now is an
work at.
entire industry cannot be regulated. And because an entire industry can't be regulated, why is it so hard for you to just add the doc fee into the price of the car?
We don't have to because we're transparent. We itemize it, so we tell you on our webpage, on every single webpage, right? On every single car, it tells you what the doc fee is.
And it's built into the price of the car as well?
And once you add it all up, right? Whenever you want to get a out the door quote, it's in there. Yes.
What about your recon fee? Is your
That's a
recon
doc
fee?
fee.
So if your price of the car is on your website says selling price $24,000, is the doc fee in that 24? Or sorry, not the doc fee and the recon fee? Is it in that 24,000 or is it in the fine print that says we got $1,000?
On what? On the so recon is only for used cars, right?
Yep. So if I go to your website right now and I see the price of the car advertised selling price $24,000, does that include your doc fee and does that include your recon fee?
No, of course not. Because
But why not? Recon you recon the car. That's the cost of the product.
Do you know why?
Because it's easier to advertise a lower price.
Because you have to do what the market does, right?
So the market is slimy, so you must be slimy.
That's not being slimy. That's not being slimy.
You're adding
you're
$1,300 of extra fees that are just, again, the price of the product that you're adding in fine print and not adding as the price of the car is slimy.
That's your opinion. It's not slimy.
And that's why 90% of consumers don't buy a car from you.
Where did you get that survey?
Again, you use 90%.
Where
I
did you
say
get the number
70%. I just threw your number back at you, but it's 70%. 70% of people say they don't enjoy buying a car.
If you
Cox
look at
Cox Automotive did a survey on it, but there's plenty of people that have done a survey on it. But Cox Automotive is one of the most recent ones.
If you look at our surveys, our reviews, we're well 4.6, right?
Yeah, Google reviews don't show anything about what the overall experience of buying a car in America is.
Well, I mean, there are going to be some bad dealerships. I get that, but for you to say that the whole industry needs to get, go to your specific, model of like you just put, what we could go to just MSRP if people didn't come in wanting to negotiate on deals. Some people make it a thing to try to like beat up car salesmen on pricing. So
they're trying to get a good deal. I mean, that's what most people do in America. I mean, you want to buy. Nobody wants to overspend for anything.
Right, but there's a price on the car, so why not pay for the price? Why are you trying to pay lower than whenever you go to the grocery store and you try to buy a box of cereal, you don't. Whenever you're about to check out, you don't like, hey, can I get this for? I want to pay half price for this.
Well,
No,
funny you mentioned that because
is.
the price you just mentioned that is actually on the car is actually $1,300 more expensive because there's fees that you didn't mention. But when I go to the grocery store and see an orange for 99 cents, it's 99 cents. The fee doesn't raise when I get to the register.
You don't have to pay it. You don't have to pay it.
So now I have to negotiate just to get down to the price that you advertised.
The price that we price. So whenever our price online, right? That's our price, and we even discount it online.
Plus your doc fee, plus your recon fee.
$225, bro. Come on. Now.
Yeah, $225 plus $1,100. You said your doc fee was your recon fee was $1,100 bucks. So again, the price when I go to your thing and I'm like, oh, I see the price of that, and you're like, actually, it's $1,300 more expensive because we had to do work on it. But no business does that.
Well, that's because you're buying a vehicle. You're buying an asset, or an asset, not an asset, but you're buying a form of transportation, right? So that's the second most expensive purchase people usually make, right?
Correct.
So whenever it comes to that, like, there's other costs involved, not just like buying the vehicle itself, and you just come in, you use your debit card, and you check out, and we'll give you a receipt for it. That's not how it works. You know that's not how that works. There's a whole process that you have to go through to buying a car, and unfortunately, that's the way it works. I mean, I don't know why that's.
So why not charge a price that is able to pay your bills without misleading
whenever
people?
you buy a house? What? So, isn't there a process whenever you buy a house?
There is a process when you buy a house, correct?
Okay, then. So,
but the price of the house that the seller is selling you is the price of the house. Now, there are additional fees to buy a house, to register it with the state. There are different fees with your bank, but the seller is not advertising a house for $1 million. And then you say, hey, I'm going to make an offer. That it's actually 1.7 million because we have our doc fee. And again, you're also talking about a private individual citizen selling a product to another private individual citizen, not a business that has a federally mandated way to buy a product. The only way I can buy something is to go through the dealership.
Yeah, why is that? Because the manufacturer doesn't want to set up shop.
No, the manufacturer would love to set up shop. The franchise laws have made it illegal.
They do not.
So so please explain to me why Scout is being sued for $3 billion before they've ever made a vehicle because they're trying to do direct to consumer. Tell me why Mercedes-Benz got sued. Tell me why Ford got sued 4 years ago for trying to sell Lightnings on a website.
Tesla's able to do it.
Tesla has spent billions of dollars in legal fees, and you understand that you cannot buy a Tesla in Texas. Even though they have the biggest manufacturing plant in the country for any American brand, if you want to buy a Tesla in Texas, you have to actually buy it. They ship the car across the border, sell you the car, then ship the car back. That is how crazy it is. In 13 states, you still can't buy a Tesla. They have to ship the car across the state in order to sell it and then ship it back. And they spent billions of dollars to fight franchise laws to get there. But again, why couldn't Ophelia be able to sell their car because they were associated with Honda and they got sued? Why can Scout not sell their car? They're associated with Volkswagen. Why did Mercedes-Benz get sued for trying to add the agency model? Why in 2021, when dealerships were charging $40,000 above MSRP on the Lightning, Ford CEO said, I'm going to just sell cars myself. They got sued up wazoo and they couldn't do it as well. Every manufacturer has tried and they could. And if you don't believe manufacturers want to do it, why not just get rid of franchise laws and let's see what happens? Why do we have franchise laws if manufacturers don't want it?
Because, I mean, wouldn't that take congressional?
No, it was lobbied with lots of money by NADA. The federal government said that it was not right for the American people in the 60s. When this happened, the NADA went to the federal government and said, we want franchise laws. They looked at this and they said, this is anti-consumer and this will be a problem. So then what the NADA did is they split themselves up into 50 different organizations and started lobbying local businesses and local congressmen in every state and started fighting in every state to have franchise laws.
Okay.
So now you have 50 different states of 50 different franchise laws all fighting you. So if you try to want to fight this fight, you're not going to the Supreme Court. You have to fight 50 different. So you need billions upon billions of dollars to be able to sell your brand. It's why most manufacturers that are direct to consumer fail because it's so expensive and they can only sell in certain markets and it's not an efficient process. Tesla had to spend billions of dollars to sell their car. Imagine they could spend billions of dollars on making a better product.
But Toyota doesn't have to do that. You know?
Correct, because Toyota. What are you saying? Toyota has franchises, correct?
Yes. So, and this model works for them. This model's been working for them, right?
Again,
they're not complaining about it.
Again, you don't know if they're complaining about it because there's franchise law, but Ford has complained about it. Mazda has complained about it. Mercedes-Benz has complained about it. Yes, Toyota and Honda probably very happy the way things are because they're top dogs. They don't want competition to come in, but I promise you get rid of franchise laws and Mazda can go direct to consumer and make it a faster process than Toyota, which is a pain in the ass to buy. By all means, they're going to. Manufacturers want to be able to get a competitive edge any chance they can't get.
You know that you can buy directly from Toyota now through SmartPath, right?
You cannot. That is not how SmartPath works. SmartPath is a lead generation tool.
I'm pretty sure you can go through the whole deal process now.
You cannot. You literally sends the entire, just like Amazon Auto, it sends all the paperwork, right, or it sends all the information right over the dealership. The dealership reaches out, and it's again, they can change the pricing on you. They can do anything on you. And again, you're not buying the car in 10 clicks. I have a top 5 Toyota salesperson that works for me that sold 100 cars a month. I know about Toyota, and I personally, with my company, do 100 to 150 Toyotas a month. I promise you, that's not how SmartPath works.
That's where I work.
And you don't even know for sure. You said, I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you that I'm saying that you could structure the whole deal, right? You can do the pricing, you can do the financing, right? But you still have to go pick up the car at the dealership and sign
You
the
still have to
paperwork
deal
there,
with the salesperson.
right?
You still have to go to the dealership. You still have to do the paperwork, and the dealership can 1,000% still change the price.
How?
Because you're not doing any paperwork online. All you're doing is filling out a credit app and a lead generation tool, and the dealership reaches out, lets you know, and plenty of the times, yes, the pricing changes.
And you're getting the financing done.
You're not getting the financing done. You're not getting the financing done.
Yes, we're offering Toyota financing.
Again, you're not getting anything done. There's no legal paperwork being done on SmartPath. That you still have to go to the dealership and go through everybody.
But your position is that you don't have the biggest issue is that you have to negotiate, right?
Yeah, the biggest idea is that the price, if a business should be able to charge what they want to charge on a car. I don't care what they charge in a car. They can charge $1 million for Toyota, but the price on the website should be the price on the website, and that price should not change. For one person should not pay a different price just because they have a different education level. And I don't know why that is so controversial to you.
It's not controversial to me at all.
Yeah, we're talking about doc fees, your recon fee, and you're also saying your price can change.
Because you have an issue with them, not us.
But you're not even advertising those into the price of your car.
Whenever you're presenting a pencil to a customer, the doc fee, they barely glance over it. They okay it.
So let me ask you this. Let's just say you said you sold Toyota. If I went to, or let's just say if I went to one of your Grand Highlander customers, I don't know what you charge. Just say you charge MSRP. I'll say you're being fair for the most of the market. And I went up to your client and I said, hey, just so you know, I was able to get the same car the same day, and I got you $4,000 less on the same exact car. Would that client still be happy?
Say that again. Say that one more time.
So let's say you sell Grand Highlander, right? Limited, loaded, whatever the price is. And you said they're happy. They signed it on the line. They paid MSRP. They're ecstatic. They paid whatever your doc fee is. If I went to that customer and said, hey, just so you know, we did the same exact deal, the same exact day, same exact car, and I got a client $4,000 less. Would that client still be like, oh, I love the experience. It was worth $4,000? Or would they be like, oh shit, somebody paid $4,000 less on the same day for the same car in the same market?
You know what? The person that paid MSRP was the person that didn't want to deal with the back and forth. So they just came in, picked up the car, and they signed up. We showed them the pencil, and they were happy about it. Whether or not later down the road that customer gets
no, that's not the question. The question is if I educated that customer, because the customer, the reason they signed is because they didn't know. It's not because they didn't want to deal with the process. If they didn't want to deal with the process, there's so many different options like hiring us. But again, they didn't know any better. But if I went through and educated that customer and said, hey, just so you know, we did $4,000 off the same car, would they still be happy with their experience?
Maybe they might feel a little disappointed that they didn't get those $5,000 off. Maybe, yeah, possibly.
Okay, let's just say Let's just say
have to look
you
at
go
the-
buy your iPhone. You paid $1,000 for it. I then go to you personally. Hey, so just so you know, somebody literally 5 minutes ago only paid $100 for it, but because you didn't ask the magic question, you paid $900 for it. How would you feel?
Guess what? Look, that AirPods on Apple's website, they never go on sale. They're always the AirPods Pro are $250, right? Every day. They don't ever go on sale. But just recently on what was it on Prime Day, everybody had them for $180.
You
Right?
said something. You said something amazing there. Can you repeat that again? Can you repeat that? What? Who got it for? You said on Amazon. Who paid? Who paid 180?
What? Yeah, anybody that went.
Anybody.
Target
Anybody and everybody that went to Amazon all paid the same price. So you're saying it didn't matter that I didn't know the magic word or the education level or know exactly what to say. Everybody that went to Amazon all paid the same exact price in the same exact business on the same exact day. Crazy concept.
Yeah, so somebody took advantage of a deal.
So you're saying a business competed with another business and offered a lower price and all consumers won.
The manufacturer, Apple has them on sale for $250. Why are they selling them somewhere else for less?
That's two different businesses competing against each other.
No,
but everybody that went to Amazon on that same day paid the same price. That's the point. I don't care if I can buy this G2
on that day.
Correct. Everybody says it pays the same price.
We have sales. Yes. So just because somebody paid $5,000 less on their car, maybe they had a special. Maybe they had some kind of special discount. Maybe they had a special program going through Sam's Club.
No, the reason why is that you're negotiating. There's no special program and special moment. It's because one person negotiated and one person didn't. I don't care if I can buy this G2 Pilot and I can buy this pen for $1 one day, $2 next day, $7 the next day, as long as everybody that day is paying the same price and it's easy for me to find that information and do the research to understand it. The idea behind it is if two people can walk into your dealership on the same day and buy the same exact car and pay thousands of dollars of difference, that's the problem we have. It's an education issue, not because somebody was in the right place at the right time.
So what you think is the right way to go about it is to blow up the whole system so that we can correct that, as opposed to just educating the consumer.
1,000%.
Right now,
because there's no other business in America that requires you to be educated to get a better deal.
Do you know that I've sold cars to people that had just came to this country, maybe and got legal status, got a social and everything. They've been here a year, but they educated themselves on how to buy a car. So why can't the consumers? Why can't anybody else do it?
Why do you feel so entitled that somebody has to go through an entire lesson and learn how to buy a car to buy a car?
It's not a lesson. It's not that hard. But if you want to, let's say, get a great deal, right? If you want to feel like you've got a great deal, right? Then that's on the consumer. That's not on the product or
your
how you
answer
get the
is you're blaming the consumer because your business is too hard to deal with.
I'm not blaming the consumer.
You are. You literally said the consumer. It's the consumer's fault because they're not educated.
Because
how hard is it to get educated? Were your exact words?
Exactly. I just gave you the example of somebody coming into this country, right? Let's say from Venezuela, right? They didn't know exactly how to buy a car. They didn't know anything about credit, but they educated themselves before they went and purchased a car, right? And they didn't know everything about the whole buying experience, but they made sure that they got a good deal, right? Like that's
a good deal according to you.
Buy something that's to you too, because you don't want to pay MSRP.
Yeah, we pay below MSRP on basically every Toyota product.
Yeah, but I mean, but how much are you getting off? Like what on a RAV4 you're getting what? $2,000 off, $3,000 off.
We just did $2,200 off yesterday.
So what, 8%? Yeah. So that's not. I mean, that's not a bad deal. We're not going to sit here and complain about it. I mean, because when you pay $2,000 less for that particular vehicle and your customer, but you charge $1,000.
Correct.
Right?
And dealerships are trying to charge above MSRP on RAV4s right now.
No, where? I don't know.
Plenty of
Maybe because you're doing
dealerships
it
are trying to
all
charge
over
above
the country.
MSRP on RAV4s. Yes.
I don't know. I'd have to go in there and look and see if that's literally the case, because
watch any of my videos of me
like
calling
on the
Toyota
website.
dealerships.
You're saying that they're charging over MSRP on their own website.
No, plenty of them don't advertise, just like you're not advertising your recon fee. That's the problem that we're having. And that's the problem we're having as we're talking about this education and why we want to get rid of doc fees, right? Is because dealers are just now they're advertising TSRP, right? And then when you call them, they're like, well, actually, we have $4,000 of add-ons. Our selling price is actually $4,000 above that call price, but that's just the TSRP. That's what the manufacturer suggests we sell the car at, but we're allowed to sell it at whatever. And there's a really high demand on those cars.
Let me ask you this: what is your profit margin on your services?
$450 per deal. But I think it's horrible for any business to focus on that. Like, I don't think like anytime we're doing anything with business, like I've never once in the 3.5 years I've been in business ever said, how do I make more?
How many deals a month? You said.
We're gonna do close to 500 this month.
So in a month, you're making 180 grand profits.
Yeah.
For your services.
Correct.
Right. That's going to the business, right?
Correct.
So if somebody else started set up shop and was like, you know what, I can do what he does for $800,
mm-hmm.
right? Undercut you by 800. Maybe what if they did it at cost just to price you out of business?
They 1,000% could. Welcome to capitalism. Welcome to the free market. They already have.
Right. Okay, so what is the big deal? So if they can do it to you, right? So somebody can figure out a way to make a buck in this country. What is the big deal, right?
Because dealerships are protected by franchise laws. I can't make a competitor. Manufacturers can't sell their own product in America. And what you're just talking about, I want you to listen to yourself, is I have competition for my product. I don't do anything unethical. I am willing to tell you my cost on the product, and everybody knows what my actual charge is. One second, let me finish this. But all of that, I'm still able to make a profit and a very healthy profit. So why can't I be honest, transparent, and just be fair to people and be able to make a profit, but dealerships can't?
Dealerships are.
So why is your recon fee and doc fee not in the price of your car? My fee is $1,000. It doesn't change no matter what.
The refund fee? Or what?
No, my fee is $1,000. When you check out, it's $1,000. It does not change. There's no additional fee. There's no additional add-on. Why can you not add everything into the price of your car and just charge the price of your car?
Because that's not how that works.
Why does it not work that way? Why does every other business in America do it that way, but you don't?
What are you talking about? So
name another business that does this business practice.
Service?
Name another business that does this business practice. Where a business sells a product and it's not the price it's listed on the website.
Have you ever looked at your electric bill? Have you ever looked at your cell phone bill? What do you think is all those fees?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about cell phone bill. We're talking about a service, which is totally different things. But like, cell phone bills have become more and more transparent, where the fees have been reduced to like basically nothing at this point.
Your cable company is always trying to rip you off.
The cable company, literally right now, I pay for my YouTube TV at $79.95 per month, and that's what I pay. There's no other fees, no other add-ons. With my internet bill, it's $99 a month. I pay flat $99 a month. There's no tax, everything, all it's $99 a month. You're talking about something that was 10, 15 years. No, it's not a promotional rate. It's Google Fiber. It's the same. You're talking about something 15 years ago we had a problem with. That this problem's been fixed. My cell phone bill is also the same bill every single month, and I know exactly what I am for signing up for it. Same thing with again, anytime you sign up for internet now, it's all the same thing.
But aren't there fees in there, though? Are there not fees in there?
Which fees?
The fees, any fees, like regulatory fees,
most regulatory fees and most cell phone providers have been removed. But you're talking about a monthly service compared to the price of an item. Like, again, we're talking about you're talking about a monthly service fee.
Purchase.
No, one time. What is the price of the iPhone? The iPhone is $999. Does that change when I go to checkout?
They're trying to sell you a bunch of stuff on it. right?
Sure. And if I say no,
But
then I can
no,
just say no. Right? They're just trying to upsell you, which I wouldn't be mad if dealerships charged $1,000 for a car and then they tried to upsell me a lot of things. I said no, I can get the car for $1,000. Nobody's disagreeing that you're allowed to upsell. You're
which is
allowed
what
to try to
happens in
sell more
finance.
things.
Isn't that what happened?
Sure,
Isn't that
you're
what
allowed.
happens in finance?
Nobody's disagreeing that you're allowed to try to upsell. But the price of the car should be whatever you listed the price of the car.
So the price of the car is yes. You know, whenever you buy a car from Toyota, you get a car from the distributor, right? You don't get it straight from the manufacturer. First, it has to go to one of the distributors that Toyota uses, right? Because there they add on accessories that you have pretty much, for the most part, you don't have no really control of, right? It just comes with these accessories from the distributor on the window stickers. They will tell you.
Dealerships have control over it.
You know,
they can remove them if they wanted to. But again, I get what you're saying. Yes, there's two middlemen in the Toyota process, which is not that does not make it right. Like we're disagreeing with the entire system.
It doesn't make it right, but that's how it works. And then
again, and you asked if I want to change the entire industry. Why do instead of just educating people? That is why because your answer is that's just the way it is. You know, like again, we've had a lot of things that have been really shitty in this country over the last 200 years. That there was a lot of people just like you that said, "Well, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, that's just there's a world where not everybody can own land, right? That's just the way it is. Sorry, not everybody can own land here. Like we change things in this country when they realize they're wrong. People fight for people's rights and people fight for things to be fair. And they're not an uphill battle. And there's plenty of people who say that things can't change. It is the way it is because you are the one that benefits, not the consumer.
Well, you said that you're okay with upselling, right? You're okay with somebody saying yes or no to a product,
if
right?
a business wants to charge a price of an item and then try to sell something above and beyond additional products after the fact, sure.
Okay, so then whenever somebody in finance is offering somebody a warranty, how is the consumer going to know the true cost of that warranty?
Nobody has to know the true cost of anything.
Right?
That part doesn't matter.
But you're saying to be transparent about the price.
Consumers care about the price because dealerships try to get greedy on the price and they overcharge and they're willing to negotiate. My thought in business is very simple. If you think a product is worth X amount, you should charge X amount. You shouldn't try to charge X amount. And when somebody says no, you're willing to go down to Y amount. You're willing to lower the price. You should be proud of the product.
How do you make that decision?
Do research on your customers.
For every
like, how do I know that $1,000 is a fair fee?
Like,
how do I know $1,000 is a fair fee? I know people will pay it. I know I have business. Like, I've done research. I've done more. I've paid tens of thousands of dollars paying clients to do research and doing surveys and going through and doing hour-long interviews to learn about consumers.
What are you really saving the customer? What are you really saving the customer? Because you said the customer still has to deal with the salesman, deal with the finance manager. Right?
Their average time in the process, the average time with the dealership is less than 15 minutes because we prep everything before they go in. Normally, we try to do everything remotely, and they save time, energy, and anxiety, and they don't have to talk to you for more than 5 minutes. And if they really want to, if the client wants to, because they have the right, they say, hey, Tommy, I don't want to talk to that guy at all, not one word. I can do that too.
How?
Because I find a dealership that will say yes to that answer. I don't want them to talk to anybody. I want all the paperwork to be remote, and they don't want to talk to the salesperson. Somebody will do it. My job is to make the best car buying experience for the client.
And what do you think dealerships are trying to do?
Dealerships are trying to make as much money off clients as humanly possible, and they're hoping to profit as much, and they do not care about the client experience.
Do you know most cars are sold at a loss? New cars, especially. You know that, right?
There's plenty of businesses but not Toyota. But not Toyota. The average, if we look at Group One, One's financials, their average profit on every new car in Group One, which is one of the biggest automotive groups in the country, was $2,380 on the front end and about $2,800 on the back end. That was their average profit per car deal. They're making over $4,000 per deal. Dealerships on average are not losing money around the house on a car. Not on average. I don't think there's a single dealership in America that is negative around the house, so front and back. There's almost no dealership in America.
That would be a losing business model. That would be that.
Correct.
That
So
would make any sense.
dealerships are
That would
willing to
be
lose
money.
money on a front end of a car to make that money elsewhere. You understand that Best Buy loses money on TVs too, right?
Yeah, they sell service contracts too.
Yeah, correct. So
They
if
sell
if it
geek
makes
spot
sense for a
services.
business to lose money, they're going to lose money. But it has to make sense for the business because they're the ones
Okay.
selling the product.
So then, how can you say that their dealership all they're worried about is making absolute most money on every customer?
Because if they could overcharge to the moon and consumers didn't care, again, we saw it during COVID. When they have the power, they are going to use it and abuse it. And even though there was less cars sold, it was the most profitable time the dealership has ever seen.
Supply and demand, my friend.
Again, we're talking about a time where less cars were sold. And when you had the opportunity, you took advantage of consumers and made more money than you ever made ever in the existence of dealerships because you had the opportunity. And the only reason you're losing right now is because you have to. But if I give you the opportunity again, because the RAV4 becomes rare and the inventory gets tight, you will take advantage of customers.
But because Toyota is being smart about their production and how much inventory they want on these lots, doesn't mean that they're greedy or that they're.
I'm not saying Toyota's greedy.
Some evil corporation.
Even though I do think Toyota has their problems in their manufacturing, and I do think they're a big problem. They're a big problem in this whole part. But that's all no here nor there. Toyota's not making the profit when you're charging $10,000 a markup. And I'd actually make an argument that the reason why prices ended up accelerating so quickly from 2020 to 2025, prices of cars went up 40%. One of the biggest reasons why that happened is that dealerships started abusing people and charging well above sticker. Manufacturers didn't want dealerships to make all the money, so they ended up taking that. But if nobody ever charged above sticker to begin with, and everybody just did a fair price, manufacturers wouldn't have upped their prices the way they did because they just tried to take the profit from dealerships because there was no competition between either one of them. They just stole the profit from the franchises.
Yes, dealerships have a lot of flexibility as far as like pricing cars however they want to, but they also have to, consumers are not going to be just willy-nilly going into dealerships paying $5,000 over for a car when they can go somewhere else and they won't have to pay that.
But then they have to talk to you, and of course you're going to use this line. Tell me you're not going to say this line if your car's above $5,000. Hey, Mr. Customer, I get it, but I promise you, there's going to be plenty of other dealerships that list their cars online. You're going to go there, and they're not going to have it. Here at our dealership, we're very honest with what we do. We charge the $5,000 because we believe that's fair in market share. We encourage you to go look everywhere else, but you're not going to find the car anywhere else, right? And the dealership's going to make you come in. You're going to wait, and they're going to lie through their teeth to get you to get in or to convince you on why their $5,000 is worth it. That's what. Yes, lie through their teeth because you haven't secret shopped all your competition, but I imagine you've talked about your competition before.
But we don't even talk. We don't charge. We don't have market adjustments. So.
Okay, so if somebody says they found their car cheaper elsewhere, you have no way to overcome that. You're like, okay, have a nice day.
No, we try to beat it if we can.
You don't try to ever save gross.
If a customer comes in with a better deal or comes in with a deal that they want us to beat, what do you think we're going to do? We're going to just tell them, you know what, go back. You should buy it there.
Yeah, that's how every other business in America would work.
No, what do you... So you're saying that Target doesn't price match?
Walmart price matching is different because I can see it online. When you price match, you have to go online to see a price on the website to verify the price online. But
if you go and you get a quote from a different dealership, you bring it to us, we're going to try to beat that deal.
But again, you require someone to go negotiate at one dealership, then negotiate at another dealership. You're requiring a negotiation process to happen. All I have to do to get a price match is go onto Amazon's website, look at the price, and say, oh, that's $180. Apple, will you match that? And look at that and say, will they price match the car? That's how easy it is because the online website price is honest. Even to your dealership, your online website price isn't honest. And if I try to do the same thing at your dealership, they'll be like, well, that dealership charges a recon fee. They have a doc fee. They have all these things they're not telling you yet. And when you get in there, they're going to tell you about the recon fee. They're going to tell you about the doc fee. Like the price of the car on the web, that's all we want. The price on the car on the website is the price you sell it and you don't negotiate.
But you still gotta keep in mind that there's a whole finance process involved as well, right? Because you're not coming in with $40,000 cash, are you? No.
Sure. And again, I don't.
Not most consumers.
Sure. And I'm not disagreeing that there's going to be a finance process, and I don't. And again, I think the dealer or consumer should have the right to be able to shop their own financing. And I don't believe dealerships should mark up rate because they act as if they, or they have to sign a form to say that they don't have a fiduciary duty to you. That's a whole different argument. But yeah, I mean, we understand there's going to be additional, but let's just start at the basics. If the price on your website is $40,000, then it is $40,000. There's no negotiating. Now, if I can find a car cheaper at another dealership at $38,000, I can show you that post. I'm fine with you having a price match policy. But the price is on the website is the price is on the website. And you don't negotiate. If I just come in and say, well, if you give me $3,000 off, I'll buy the car. You're going to say no every single time, guaranteed, no matter what. Unless you price match, that's the only way I'm going to do
it. I mean, you're just making up these scenarios. I mean,
no, I'm literally just copying Best Buy. We just went to Target's policy. The price on the cards. If I go to Target right now and I want to buy an Xbox and I say I'll pay $400 for it, they're going to be like, no. But if I have a price match and I show them that, they're like, oh yeah, of course we'll price match that. Like I'm not making them. I'm literally using a real life scenario on how a business works.
Depending on where you're price matching to, right? Because there's specific retailers that they'll only price match. They won't price match things like wholesale clubs like Sam's or Costco.
Perfect, great.
Right?
You don't have to price match any of those places. You can only price match the dealers you want to price match. They must be an AutoNation, a Group 1 dealership for you to price match. Problem solved.
Okay. And that's what I mean. You're saying that most or all dealerships in the country don't do that already?
No, dealerships negotiate. So if I go to your dealership, as you said, and I sit down and say, I don't want to pay that price in the car, I want to pay $3,000 less. We will now negotiate. If I go to Target right now and I say, I want to pay $400 for your Xbox, $200 less than MSRP, they will just say no. There's no like, well, you're going to go buy, again, well, can you find the price elsewhere? Is there one on Amazon? Well, no, there's not one on Amazon. I just want to pay $200 less. I just believe it's worth $200 less. They would just say no.
But that's a consumer. But we don't say no. We'll negotiate. Maybe we can't do $3,000 off, but what if we do $2,000 off?
But why? Then that means you're the one creating a negotiating culture. Why not just charge the price you want on a car?
You're the one that doesn't want to pay MSRP.
But MSRP is not a fair price.
Remember?
Again, Samsung every year makes a TV and they say the MSRP is $8,000. By the end of that year, that TV has depreciated where sometimes people are losing money. MSRP is not a fair price on a car. That is what the manufacturer believes it's worth. But like, for example, if everybody charged MSRP on RAM would go out of business tomorrow because nobody's buying a RAM at MSRP. MSRP is what the price they hope to sell it at, but that doesn't mean it's a fair market value on it. Just like your AirPods went on sale for $180. Apple believes they're worth $250. Some people won't pay. They lower the price. Welcome to America.
Yeah. Okay. So what's wrong with that? I mean,
that's exactly what we're saying. So like when I sold cell phones 10 years ago.
We'll give you the option.
Yeah, let me give you an example. When I was at Verizon. I sold cell phones for about 5 years. When I was at Verizon, when I was selling phones, iPhone sold out. There was a line out the door around the block for the iPhone on September 11th, whatever that date was. There was a line out the door. We would sell those phones in the first 45 minutes of us opening. Literally, that's how it worked. Verizon didn't charge above the price of Apple on their product. They charged the same price. We could have, as a business, charged, because there's a premium, we're going to run out of them and we're not going to be able to make a profit. We could have charged an extra $100 a phone because people still would have paid, but we charged the price of MSRP. That is what businesses do. The idea behind it is just because you think you can create demand, you can't raise the price above the MSRP of what the manufacturer is suggesting you sell the price at. But if nobody's buying the product, the price goes down.
Market adjustments became a thing after COVID, right?
They were before COVID as well. They were before COVID as well, but less prevalent. More prevalent during COVID.
Maybe on really, really, premium cars, like something that they didn't make that much of, but that's how that's how diamonds. The reason that people pay a lot of money for diamonds is because of the perceived scarcity of them, right? Same thing with gold, because it's a scarce,
The reason
Uh,
why people pay so much for diamonds is there's a monopoly on diamonds for the mines that are done, and there's already now competition with manufactured diamonds that are able to lab-grown diamonds that are cutting the diamonds in half, and nobody's buying
but nobody
diamonds
wants
anymore.
those.
No, everybody wants lab-grown diamonds. Literally, like it is like the diamond market is crashing dramatically because they created a monopoly for so long. Now lab-grown diamonds are so much cheaper, and there's no noticeable difference. Everybody's going lab-grown.
You know, you sound like a person that's very like sensational. Like you're not really being grounded in your statements. So the diamond market
show me
is
where
crashing
diamonds are
right now.
rare. Show me the market where nobody
No,
can get
I'm
diamonds because
not
they're
saying
rare.
that. I'm not saying that. I was making the point. I was making the point that the reason people pay a lot of money for, or the reason that diamonds are perceived to be valuable, right, is because of the perceived scarcity of them, right? That they're rare, right? But they're
No,
not really rare.
because of a monopoly by
Like you
one
said, a
family
monopoly. There's a
that owned
monopoly.
90% of the diamond and used blood labor in order to get the diamonds. Like that is what happened.
That's but
So
the
we're going
way
to
they
talk about a
control the
market, know
pricing
about the
is by
market.
saying
I'm the
they're
person that
rare.
knows about the markets we're going to talk about. So when we talk about diamonds, that is the reason why the diamond markets exist. 90% of it was owned by one family that ended up marketing the hell out of it.
Yeah, but they're also withholding the diamond. They don't put all the market. They don't put all of the diamonds that they have that they process and all that out in the market, right? Because that would bring the price down.
There's more diamonds than there are customers on the market. I can go to any jewelry store in the mall right now and buy 700 diamonds. What are we talking about? Like, there's no diamond. If I go to K's right now to go buy a diamond ring, I can get 17 different makes of it in 4 seconds. What is your point? And guess what? When it comes down to it, competition allowed it because guess what? People didn't like the diamond market. People were getting inflated. So somebody made a lab-grown diamond. It ended up becoming so big that now people are doing it. It's a more ethical way to make diamonds. There's no noticeable difference. And it's now 1/3 the cost. So now the diamond market is literally being thrown out. People aren't buying diamonds and everybody's going to lab-grown.
So, I don't know. I've heard that, you know, if you try to propose to your lady with the lab grown diamond, she's not really going to be too happy about that.
I don't know a single. Give me a single case where that's happened. You're talking about a lab grown diamond versus a. There's a different diamond that I'm forgetting the name of. There's a fake diamond that's out there that I can't. Alcinite. I can't forget the name. There's a fake diamond out there that's literally like pretty similar to a diamond, but not a diamond. Somebody was. It's not cubic. It's not zirconic. It's a. Flipping, what's the name? Moissanite. Moissanite is like a fake diamond that looks like a diamond, feels like a diamond, but isn't a diamond. A lab-grown diamond is 99.9% a diamond. Nobody with a noticeable difference can actually look at look it through a glass and be able to tell the difference. They are actually so perfect that they had to add imperfections to it because they were more perfect, better diamonds. They're also more ethically made. So if you have a partner that just cares about, I don't know, child labor and people dying to get their ring, they're going to be more willing to do that. On top of this, like for my fiance has a lab grown diamond. I was able to get her a much bigger ring for much cheaper of a price. So, and nobody knows the difference. And if your wife is the type of person that says, you got me a lab grown diamond, you should probably find a different wife. Like if she's going to be real, like, I can't believe you didn't give me a real diamond. Like then your wife is with you for the wrong thing.
You say that. You say that, right? But
women are not this way. This is not how women act.
Okay, sure.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you think about women, but no, the majority of people aren't trying to get a more expensive diamond, which again, if we really want to talk about it, diamond has one of the worst resale values in the world. So if they're trying to do it for the quote unquote money, there's zero reason for them to do it. They're not going to be able to resell that diamond because nobody wants to buy a failed engagement ring.
People still buy diamonds all the time.
The used diamond market is one of the worst markets in America. Especially when it comes down to used engagement rings. You understand that people don't want to buy a failed marriage ring? Like, it's bad luck.
Okay,
like, why would you buy somebody's failed engagement ring? And that would be even worse. Imagine I was like, hey, I can't afford a real diamond, but I want to give you an nice. So this couple had a failed marriage. I just bought them used.
Well, you would take the diamond out of the ring, right, and get a new band, and
But it's still the
there you
diamond.
go.
The
That's your
diamond is the
ring.
point. But again, the whole reason why the diamond market is because marketing became a thing. And the diamond, the person who owned 90% that used tribal labor, literally made it marketing that the only way to impress your woman and do the things you were to actually to buy her the most expensive, biggest diamond. And because they had a monopoly on it, their marketing was so good that that's what Americans did for about 80, 90 years until the point made that they were able to make an alternative. And that's where capitalism in the free market, you allowed another business to come in, fix the problem they have, and now consumers have a better product that's more ethically made, that's cheaper, and also an overall better experience. All in the same time. The only people that lose are the people that were living in 1922. But again, but the beautiful thing about this diamond is if I look at K's right now and I go to their website and I look at the diamond ring being $999, when I go to K's, it's gonna be $999. They're not gonna try to charge me a recon fee, a reconditioning fee. If I go to buy a used Rolex right now, if it's $40,000, they're not charging me a reconditioning fee of $2,000 on top of the $40,000. The watch is $40,000. That's it. They've added every bit of profit into the price of the watch, and that's it.
Because consumers have been taught to not pay MSRP. If you pay MSRP on a car, guess what?
You got a bad deal,
right?
It's because you got a bad deal.
You got a bad deal, right?
Yeah, so that's why they're trained. If I told you, hey, if you want to buy a TV and you literally, I just so you know, if you go to Best Buy and you just pay the price they're asking for, you're probably spending about $1,000. If you literally just ask them to pay $1,000 less, they will sell it to you for $1,000 less.
You could just type it in Google.
No, one second.
Hey, how much is this?
But like, if you heard that, right? If you were like, hey, I'm buying a TV, it's $4,000, but if you just ask them and say, hey, if you're willing to do $1,000, they'll sell it to you for $1,000 less. What consumer wouldn't want to save the money and just say, oh yeah, will you sell this for $1,000 less?
I'm pretty sure consumers do that all the time now. So, I mean, but they just get...
Customers want to buy the product at the cheapest possible price. Yes, so do you. And your example is, you just said it earlier, you didn't want to pay $250 for AirPods, so you waited till Amazon Prime Day and you bought them for $185. Welcome to capitalism. Consumers want to pay the cheapest possible product, cheapest possible pricing at the best possible product.
And that's the exact same thing with the current dealership model. You could come into the dealership, you could see the sticker price and be like, I don't want to pay that. I want to pay less. And then we'll negotiate.
No, the negotiation is in the capitalism. That's the part you're missing. If the free market existed, you would not be able to advertise the price of your vehicle at thousands of dollars less than it actually is. Like, that would not exist. You would not be able to do that because nobody would do business with you. If I could buy the same car from the manufacturer in 10 clicks and it'd be the same price, why would I ever talk to you? What benefit do you have if the manufacturer could sell cars tomorrow? If Toyota could sell cars tomorrow and it was the same price, what benefit do you have?
As a dealership? Because you
as a whole. Why does anybody need to deal with you? I can buy a car in 10 clicks on my phone.
You can do that. There is an option for that. If people
There's
want
no
do
way
that,
to buy a car 10 clicks on your phone as a Toyota.
For a brand new car, I mean, because that's not available right now. I mean,
Tesla,
they're kind of leaning towards that with SmartPath.
No, Tesla, I can buy a car in 10 clicks. The entire car.
Do you have a Tesla? Is that why?
Yeah, I've owned a Tesla, yes, and I also know I went through the buying process for this exact reason, so I'm educated on the process. Yes, I bought a car. It was the easiest car. I literally bought it on my phone on an app.
And let me ask you this: on those prompts, they don't try to upsell you anything.
No.
Any kind of, and you're not allowed to ask for a discount on the Tesla, are you?
Correct. They just do what every business does. The price is what the price is. We're getting there. And they still make a healthy profit, and they're still fine.
Okay, but what's wrong with the dealership doing it the way they do it? I mean, there's no...
Because people want to see the price online and say, that's the price of the product. I'm willing to pay it, or I'm not willing to pay it. That is it. They do not want to have to talk to you to say, okay, what's the price of the car? Well, you have to come on in. Or actually, we charge you the $1,100 recon fee that gets added on top of the car, and we have a $225 doc fee. And it's also going to probably take bare minimum an hour and a half. And the price that we're advertising, we will negotiate, but I don't want to tell you that because it's actually, we're adding additional profit because we're hoping you say yes, but I have profit built in just in case you say no, that I have room to negotiate and I'm still making money. That's why. People are sick of the game.
That's being smart. People are smart.
Consumers want easier.
You know, whenever you present to a customer, you have to explain everything. You don't just tell them to sign here. Nobody's going to just sign there, right? So you got to explain to them what all those
because
fees
they don't
are.
trust you.
And then they have the option.
They don't trust you. That's why.
That's because we're being transparent. Because we're being transparent about a pricing, right? We wouldn't just ask somebody to
If you were transparent, the price on your website would be the price of the car. It's not.
It is the price of the car, but there's other fees associated with that purchase.
So it's not the price of the car. I
This
have
is the
to get
reality
the
of
fees
the
to do that.
situation. Huh?
Yes. If you let me give you an example. Imagine I charged $1 for a car, but I had a dock fee of $27,000. Would you say that if I charged $1 for the car, and I said it's $1, I swear, and the price of the car was $1, but the dock fee was $27,000, would I be transparent? Now the dock fee is in the fine print. You have to read the fine print, but if it's just on the website for $1, it's a brand new Toyota Corolla. Would that be a transparent?
Well, that doesn't even make any sense because why would the dock fee be that expensive?
It's what I'm saying is if I advertise and say the price of the car is $1, just answer the question. If the price of the car is $1, and I'm saying selling price $1, and in the fine print I say dealership has documentation fee of $27,000. And let's not call it a doc fee. Let's just call it a new car fee. A new car fee of $27,000. Is that transparent? Yes or no?
You're being dishonest.
No, I'm just asking you. I'm asking you if a dealership advertises a car for $1 and then they have $27,000 in fees.
Nobody has ever done.
Again, I'm just asking you a hypothetical question. Answer the question.
That is a ridiculous hypothetical. $1 for a car. Of course.
100. Okay.
And then trying to add a $27,000 dock fee. Of course,
that's insane, right? We would agree that would be unethical, crazy, and ridiculous, right?
Right.
That would not be. That would be such an asinine, crazy idea that this is insane. So imagine a dealership.
Show me where somebody's done that.
Huh?
Show me where this happened ever.
Again, I'm asking you a hypothetical question for me to get there. I've answered all your questions. I'm asking you a hypothetical question.
But you're over sensational because that's not what's happening though. I told you. Can you
just hear out my argument for a minute? Just. I understand that this is not happening. I'm fully admitting. I'm going through my argument. Would we agree that if a dealership charged $1 for the car and $27,000 in fee, can we both agree that would be not transparent? What?
That would be diabolical. Yes.
Diabolical. So why is it different for you to charge $24,000 for the car and have $1,200 in hidden fees? When is it ethical? If we agree that the price of the car is the price of the car, why is it ethical for you to be able to charge $1,300 of recon fees and hidden fees and say that's ethical, but it's unethical? When does it become ethical? How many fees can I charge before it becomes ethical for me to change and add to the price of the car?
I'm sorry? Okay, you're paying for something else. I'm not changing the price of the car. The price of the car has changed. Right, but I've introduced you.
Can I decline the recon? The recon's already been done, right? I can't decline the recon.
No, but you could get a discount on it.
By negotiating.
Possibly, depending on the car. Yeah, by asking, by doing the same thing you just did on asking, can I get a lower price on the price of this car? I like the car, but I want to pay less. Is that possible? And then you're going to either get told yes or no.
So again, if we're going to the hypothetical, we're going to this hypothetical. We're not saying this is really happening.
Okay. You know what? You just brought up a great example. Whenever you were selling phones at Verizon, they were advertising the price of the phone $0. But there's an activation fee that they don't tell you about, right?
No, that's not even how phones are sold anymore. I think you lived like 15 years ago. Phones are sold in financing, so you charge $1,100.
No.
That's how phones. There's no phone.
Literally looking to upgrade my phone.
So how the fee? I can explain it because I don't know how I know every business model better than most people. Like how Verizon works is they charge $0 for the fee. There are stipulations. It has to be a new car, a new phone activation, or you have to trade in a vehicle or trade in. But as long as you trade in or do the new car or do the new activation, you'd get that.
No. Wrong. Not at AT&T. At AT&T, there was literally a $35 upgrade fee if I wanted to upgrade my phone. I did this literally a couple days ago.
Okay, so there's a $35 activation fee that is
And that is
advertised.
not,
It is
do you think
advertised.
that is not advertised?
It is
And it's not
advertised.
part of the price of the phone either. It's separate. It is not.
And it's part of your bill for upgrading your. Hey, actually, question: could you have bought the phone from Apple yourself and not paid the activation fee? If you just would have, I went to Apple, bought the phone, and brought it to your plan, could you have paid the activation fee?
At full retail price. At full retail price, yeah.
So you're saying
At full retail price, you can.
You're saying I had an option to not pay that fee. And you're saying that the fee is clearly advertised and everybody knows that there's an upgrade and activation fee.
Who said that? Who said it was clearly advertised? I said that it wasn't clearly advertised until I got to the end.
It is clearly
of the
advertised.
process.
If you literally
That's
go
when
to
they told
any
me.
AT, I worked in cell phone sales for years. It is clearly advertised night and day.
Me too. I did too. But whenever you see the price of the phone on their website, it doesn't say, nowadays they charge you they show you what you could buy this phone for if you finance it with them for a monthly rate, right? That's what they advertise. They don't show you the full price of the phone because that would be what, $800-900. But the way they structure it is they show you the monthly payment that you could buy this phone for, right? And that's it. They don't add the upgrade fee or the activation fee, right? Sometimes they do waive them, sometimes they do not, right? Depending on on whatever promotions they have going on.
So again, just to make sure your argument is making, is AT&T charges an activation fee of $35. So it's fair for you to advertise the price of a product and charge over $1,000 more for that same product for your same activation fee. That's what we're going through.
I have again, the consumer can always say no. They don't have to buy it from me.
But I have to know to say no. So now it's just an education level.
No, to say no. No, I mean, you have willpower. You have free will, right?
But if I don't know, if I walk in your dealership and not realize that you guys negotiate that I can do that, then I would still pay the price. If I know, I get a better deal. So the entire idea is somebody who's educated walking in your dealership pays thousands of dollars less.
I'm not just adding a fee for nothing. I'm explaining to you the dock fee is for this, right? And then the reconditioning fee is for this. I'm explaining that to you. I'm not just adding
You are
numbers
explaining it. I can't figure that out on the website in 2 seconds.
What's the difference between me explaining it or the website? I mean, if somebody who wants to design the whole process, right, of car buying experience, they will, and they wanted to charge those fees, they would have to put that in there.
Why is it so hard for you to advertise the price of the car, the price of the car? You know what? I'll stand with you. I don't think Verizon and AT&T should do it either. They should add the $35 into the price of the car. Problem solved. I agree with that. Or into the price of the phone. I agree with that as well. I don't think I don't. Yeah. But then I'm agreeing with you there. Fine. But Verizon and AT&T shouldn't do it as well. Let's go and fight them and do the whole system and try to break that all down. Now the beautiful thing about this is what I love, is that if you don't want to pay that, you can go to T-Mobile and they won't charge you an activation fee. You understand that I can go to Sprint Mobile and they won't charge me an activation fee? I have competition because the market has allowed competition. If I want Verizon and they charge a premium experience, I'm paying for those things. I'm paying for their service network. But at the dealership, the only thing I can do is buy a car at a dealership. I have no other option. If I want to buy a Verizon service at the Apple store, I can literally sign up for Verizon at the Apple store and upgrade and never talk to Verizon if I want. I can do it all on my phone. I can do it on the computer, or I can do it in store.
Still pay an activation fee.
But if I don't want to use Verizon, there's other sources as well.
Correct, but they all have their own fees and
no. There's plenty of people that literally sell their service with the idea of no fees. Like T-Mobile sells their service with, we're charging $50 a line, and that's all you pay. You pay $50. One of the Google Fiber, literally the reason they sell Google Fiber is there's no activation fee, nothing along those lines. I pay $99. I paid $99 from the day I've started with them, and that's what I pay. That's it. $99.
Google Fiber is not available everywhere.
What?
It's not available everywhere.
Correct, but that's what competition does. Competition allows it, so less and less dealerships or less and less businesses are able to charge these fees. This is why, for example, Verizon used to charge a lot of fees. If you looked at it 15 years ago, you would have $40 to $70 per month in fees. As competition has advanced, as there's been more options, as it's been cheaper to get a phone, cell phone carriers can't do this anymore. And when cell phone carriers can't do this anymore, they have to reduce the fees, which only help the consumer. So competition has transparency has gotten a better overall experience for the consumer. Is it perfect in cell phones? No, but it's nowhere near the problem that we have in car sales, where 70% of people report not enjoying buying a car, and the Gallup poll says that what 7% of people trust a car salesman. Like that's you're trusted less than a politician.
Look, all right. Let me switch gears for you because something was bugging me about SmartPath. You said that you can't buy it online. I'm literally on SmartPath website. It says with SmartPath you can unlock available savings. So the estimate that you see online is what you'll pay at the dealership, right? Before you even contact us, our payment calculator will show you line by line the estimate of your purchase to make sure you're happy with it. Then it says SmartPath puts you in control and saves you time. Don't worry, we'll still be here if you need us. Whether you buy entirely online or come see us at the dealership, with SmartPath, you're just a few simple steps away from driving off in your new Toyota.
You understand that your website that says unlock instant pricing says the same exact thing. I'm glad that the fine print and the way to sell you on the idea of using the service is trying to convince you of that. If the dealership does not honor the SmartPath pricing, what happens?
Okay, there's a problem for the dealership if they don't honor the SmartPath.
No, there's no penalty.
Numbers. You know that, right?
There's no penalty.
Huh?
You can charge thousands of dollars of add-ons. You can reject the business. Sorry, that car sold. We have another one exactly like it.
You must have worked at a terrible dealership.
No, I've literally buy more cars. I talked to more dealerships than you've ever thought of talking to. I've dealt with all of them.
That is true. You do. I've heard you.
So like this is the problem. Is your life is your dealership. I'm talking about dealerships across America, and then I have proof because I show you.
No, but the proof that you put online, right?
It's the ones I do live streaming.
You have an issue with the ones that you have a biggest issue with. It's the dealerships that are requiring you to come be at the dealership before they can give you like an out the door number, right? Which is one of the biggest issues that you'd be having.
No, I mean, biggest issue is that the price of the car is not the price they advertise. But 2 days ago, I was negotiating a Raptor R that had $40,000 of markup. They advertised MSRP of the car. They would not sell it at MSRP. So they're advertising MSRP and charging a $40,000 markup and felt like that was ethical and fair.
But they said we could probably work with you on that number, right?
But again, they're advertising the price as $116,000. When I call them and try to get a price, they said, well, there's actually a $40,000 markup on that car. And then can we agree that's not transparent? Can we get there? Can we just agree that's not transparent?
So sure, but yeah, but that's that specific dealership, right?
No, there was multiple dealerships that did that same exact thing.
Are you seeing that on Corollas?
Yeah, I do see Corollas that are marked up. Yes, correct. Go shop in Toyota in California.
Show me where a Corolla's been marked up.
Go to California. Go buy a car in LA. Call 5 dealers. Have a nice day.
Is the MSRP more?
Yeah, they literally charge. There's a dealership in California that charges $5,000 a markup on their Corollas.
$5,000 more.
Correct.
Above MSRP.
Correct.
What's the name of the dealership?
I'd have to go pull them up, but literally just go start looking up dealerships in California. And I also don't name dealerships for the exact reason I don't want review bombing. Just like your dealership's not being named right now, even though you don't
but you see how it's kind of hard. I know that you want to make your point that dealerships are terrible and that they're dishonest and just greedy companies with greedy salesmen trying to make every dollar possible.
Sure.
But that's just not the reality, though. That's how you characterize a whole industry, which is crazy.
Okay, let me just make sure I'm on the same page. If I go to you and you have the option to charge me above MSRP because I'm willing to pay above MSRP, saying during COVID, are you willing to charge me above MSRP? If I say, yeah, I'm willing to pay above MSRP, would you charge me above MSRP? During COVID, did you charge above MSRP?
No.
You just said earlier you did.
We didn't discount cars.
You just said earlier
No,
you did.
we didn't discount cars.
You didn't charge a single dime above MSRP during COVID.
No, no.
You literally said you did because people are willing to pay it.
What are you talking? I said that the market, the people, that was because of the overall market, not at the dealership that I work at.
Let's use a real example. If somebody's willing to pay your $1,100 of recon fee, will you charge it to them?
They pay it. They pay it, yes.
If I'm willing to negotiate, will you negotiate with me?
Yes.
So you're saying that my education level of knowing that that you're willing to negotiate would get me a better deal?
How far? Do you have to go to grad school to know to negotiate on the price of a car?
No, but it's the second, as you said earlier, it's the second biggest purchase of people's lives, and they're emotional. And your job is literally trained to convince them to spend the most amount of money possible. That is your job. Your job is to convince somebody to say yes at the highest number they're willing to.
How?
Because your job is to try to sell them everything, but you're willing. The price of the car is the ceiling, not the actual price of the car.
No, I'm not adding anything to the car. I'm not adding anything.
You are adding $1,300 in fees.
I am adding a doc fee for processing all of your recon on your behalf
of
right,
$1,200, $1,300,
and then a recon that could potentially. But you know what I tell my customers? I tell them, you know what? If they're buying a car that's only a year old with a couple thousand, like 5,000 miles, I'm pretty sure that they didn't have to do a lot of work. So I'm going to see what kind of deal I could work with them.
So you're saying if I buy a car from you versus your coworker, I'll pay a different price on the same exact vehicle? Because you might work for me, but your coworker might not? Same car, same day.
Maybe. I mean,
so now I not only have the education level of know what to ask, but I also have to make sure I work with the right salesperson, and I have to somehow know that the right salesperson is actually going to answer the right questions and do the same thing. But in reality, the salesperson don't even control the pricing. The sales manager does. So like you understand how this rabbit hole goes through, and there's no other industry in the world that you have to do this in. You're just justifying that you're a slimy business. That's okay.
No, it's not that slimy, man.
It is slimy.
It's not slimy.
Consumers do not enjoy this process. To find me a single consumer, again, if you can give me a single consumer where I can go through and say, hey, just so you know, you spent thousands of dollars more, but you got to work with this guy, and they will be happy with it, then I'll agree with you. Yeah, but 99% of people, if they realize they paid thousands of dollars more, would not be happy.
I can pull them up. I can pull them up.
Sure, absolutely. I'll call them live right now. Send me their purchase agreement. I'll tell them what delivery got them on a deal.
You really want to take it to that point?
Absolutely. By all means, I'll call your client, let them know what they actually do, and we'll see if they think it's worth it for you. Let's see if they spend. Again, I just said $4,000 off a Grand Highlander hybrid. I imagine you're not doing that.
What was the scenario? What was the scenario again? $5,000 more on.
Yeah, give me any. What are you doing on any? Pick any car. What car? Give me a car that somebody spent MSRP, said yes to everything. But somebody said yes to everything. They didn't negotiate. They said yes to everything.
Well, I mean, usually the customers that I deal with haven't come in and just signed on the first pencil. No, they've negotiated.
So you're saying that the reason why people negotiate is they realize that the first pencil is not a good deal. You're trying to overcharge them. You're trying to take advantage. But you know it's not a good deal because you know other people are willing to pay thousands of dollars less. So you are willing to charge that person that isn't willing to negotiate. If somebody was willing to say yes to first pencil, even though you know it's not a good deal, you would be willing to charge it to them.
It's not. It's whatever. It's not. What might not be a good deal to me. What might be a good deal to me might not be a good deal to you.
That's not that. Deals are not subjective like that. There's literally math.
Yes, they are. Yeah, no. But okay, I could be happy with $1,000 discount. The next person could be happy with a $2,000 discount.
That doesn't mean it's a good deal. Just because you're ignorant on a fact does not mean you got a good deal or bad deal. They're happy because they have lack of education. If I educated them and let them know they spent thousands of dollars, if your entire business model relies on people not being educated for you to make a fair profit, your business model should not exist.
Look, you literally have the biggest tool. Most people have the biggest tool in their hand. They can literally just Google how to buy a car.
Tell me what the last 100 people prices on a Grand Highlander hybrid. How can I find that?
Answer the question. Answer the question. How to buy a car? Google. Is that hard?
There's no reliable source to tell me what a good deal is on a car. No.
What? Do it right now. I'm telling you, do it right now. It'll
There
tell
is
you
no
step by step
reliable
how to buy the
source
car.
to go through and tell you what the last 100 people bought on your Grand Highlander hybrid.
It's called TrueCar. It's called TrueCar.
TrueCar does not have
TrueCar is a
previous sale
website
data.
that literally. They say too. They literally, that's how they collect their data.
TrueCar uses dealerships that they are working with, and they're not collecting sale data; they're collecting advertised data. TrueCar is a dealership resource to get leads.
No, they are using the price that they paid for that car, right? And calculating
TrueCar isn't
estimate on how
buying
much of a
cars.
discount they could
TrueCar,
potentially-
what are you talking about?
No. So if you go to TrueCar, right?
Yep.
And you subscribe to them, right? They will give you a quote as far as like how much of a discount you could potentially get on this particular car based on the different sales transactions from other members, right? Therefore, they can get a discount that they can kind of see about on average what this price, what this vehicle is going for.
Have you ever used TrueCar?
Right? So then, yes, I have. Why do you think I know about it?
When did you use TrueCar when you worked at the dealership the entire time? When did you upload your purchase agreement and bank contract?
I didn't have to do that.
So how do they know what you paid?
Because Sam's. So look, whenever you're a Sam's Club member, right? They have a car buying service.
Yep, and it's a
TrueCar,
lead
right?
generation
You go
tool
in there.
that dealerships pay to be a part of, just like
It
Costco.
is. But
And they don't have to honor that
you're going to
price.
buy this car. This is like, what are you talking about? Then why would they only partner up with dealerships that are agreed to those terms?
You need to do a little more
Right? And if they're
research.
violating the terms, that can't be. No, come on, man.
I'm telling you that I can give you 4 examples in
you-
5 minutes of a dealership that advertised a price with Costco and charged thousands of dollars more. There is back in 2020, Sam's Club and Costco.
It's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Sam's Club and
It's not
Costco.
allowed
And
because
I'm going to
Costco-
explain it to you. I'm going to educate you. Don't worry, I
It's
got
a
you. In
service.
20, can you? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you. What
Hey,
happened?
you don't need to be condescending.
I'm not being condescending, but you think you know
what
something that
happened.
you don't, which is okay. I'm going to educate you. Back in 2020, you're 1,000% right. They literally had somebody
again,
that was hired at
we don't have to
Costco.
have
I'm going to mute you because you keep cutting me off. Okay, now I hung up. Okay. Okay, guys, just so you guys know how the Costco, you finally hung up. I'm proud of you. You finally hung up. Good job. How the Costco auto buying program works, and I can give you real life examples, is back in 2020, they had somebody they actually hired on that would audit deals and remove people from the program. In 2023, they ended up removing that position. And when they removed that position, dealerships immediately took advantage of it. The idea of the Costco auto buying program, again, consumers aren't dumb. That if it was that easy, people would do it. But dealerships 1,000% take advantage of it. That guy was that was a rough one. Like, I just can't believe like why it's so hard for him to be like, the price of the car should just be advertised. Well, no, there has to be fees. One second. Okay, I'm gonna go restroom, and then we're gonna have somebody else on. So if you want to debate like that guy, I know the bar is high. If you want to debate like that guy, you certainly can. I debate anybody who wants to on any topic. As you can see, I let you talk. There was a certain point where I'll put my foot down. That was an hour and a half in. But I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. And if you guys want to debate me, and please be better than that guy, because he didn't know about any. Like, he started bringing in like the diamond market. DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I'm back. Dude. So if you guys don't know who I am, hi, my name's Tommy. I negotiate car deals for a living. My goal is to save you time, energy, and anxiety. I save you money, but that's a byproduct. I charge a flat fee of $1,000. I handle everything for you. The price of the car, the trade, the add-ons, the accessories. You sit back and relax. The reason why people hire us isn't to save money, it's to not talk to that guy. If you want to pay us $1,000, because people don't want to talk to that guy like that wants to justify charging a $1,100 doc fee that they're not advertising. Anybody who wants to debate turn in the can, I do want people who disagree with me. So I want people who disagree with me. I see there's like a broker in here. Previously advertised self in DMs, claims. No, I don't know if I want to talk to a broker that's like advertising their service. That seems weird. But if you DM me on Instagram, somebody smarter, please. And this is what I talk about. So some of the points that I'll bring up, right? So I believe that doc fees should be removed. I believe dealerships have lost the right to charge doc fees. I believe that commission should be removed tomorrow. I believe commission, that is one of the biggest reasons, at least commission off gross profit. Commission off gross profit should be removed. I believe that direct to consumer would solve most problems and make the process cheaper, easier, and actually make dealerships more money. I believe that dealerships are not entitled to a profit. What else? I believe delivered is a net positive to the consumer, and we're making more impact on the consumer and making the experience better for the overall American. Do I have employees? Yes, I have 26 employees. $1.5 hours wasted? No, I think this is why the reason why we do this, guys, is not to just have somebody. That is the average car salesman. That is not like somebody special. That is not the word. That is the average car. I want you guys to know, like, these are the people that we're fighting against. I want you guys to see it. I want you to see the argument. I want somebody, and I do believe we have an education level issue. And I believe that there should be somebody that should be able to articulate their point in a way that makes sense, that isn't trying to bounce industries the way that he was. He didn't even understand how the diamond market worked. Like, if he's going that route, go that route. He did sound like Vic, but I don't think it was Vic. It'd be insane. I understand Zach's available. He's a customer. Do we have anybody else that wants to debate? If not, I'll call Zach, which is a customer. Okay, I'm just gonna deal with this. Let's see if he answers.
Hello, and thank you for calling.
He didn't answer. Okay. That's fine. No one else right now? Okay, I'll call Zach, but if you want to debate, by all means, come DM me on Instagram if you want to. Wait, here's Ryan. Hello, Ryan, you're live.
What's up?
Hey, Tesla path. It's a smooth, easy process. There's never issues. It's great. You're gonna get a great deal. It's simple, and you never have to talk to anybody. It's just like Tesla, buying a car in 10 clicks. Do you wanna explain like how a smart path works?
Yeah, and you know I own a Tesla too. So, well, you owned one. You owned a Cybertruck, I think.
Yep.
All right. So the big difference, Tesla, you 100% clicks of a button. You never once talk to a human, not once. My Tesla was dropped in my driveway with paperwork in the back seat. Smart paths, completely different, man. I've seen it come over and the car either has a deposit on it or it's sold or whatever. Now it's your responsibility as a sales rep to flip that customer, right? Because now you have all their personal info. But here's the thing, you got to remember, why do you have all their personal info? Because SmartPath grabbed it. Why did SmartPath grab it? Because Toyota forces dealerships to allow them to collect that data from their customers, or they'll withhold allocation. It's a data grab by Toyota, not by the dealership.
Okay, and so you're saying it's nothing like the Tesla car buying experience in 10 clicks?
Complete opposite. You will always 100% have to deal with a salesperson. The car you're doing clicks on, most of the time, will not be the car you buy.
Okay, and why should anybody trust you?
I was with Toyota for 10 years and had multiple 100-car sales months, never once used SmartPass.
Fair. Okay, so 100-car salesperson, but you're probably just a failed car salesman, right?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I had a good run at the car business and I made some crazy money. Don't get me wrong, but it's a breath of fresh air being on this side. And I can tell you that's a whole story for a whole nother time.
That's a whole nother day. I won't keep you live too much. I just want to explain Smart Path for the people who believed it was a whole different thing.
They're grabbing your data. Even I mean the way Delivered protects their customers' data when negotiating for the customer. Just put it this way, it's the exact opposite with SmartPath. Everyone gets your data. Everybody.
I like it. I love it. I don't love it, but I love the explanation.
It's
okay.
horrible.
All right, sounds good. Keep working. Sell some cars.
All right, man. Thanks.
Bye. Okay, cool. I should buy some cars. Okay, who else we got? Do we have nobody that wants to debate? Is everybody that afraid? Nobody wants to debate. First Class Prada, you're saying that I'm going to go out of business. Do you want to debate? I'll give you the floor. I mean, I let that guy talk for an hour and a half. Okay, First Class Prada thinks that I'm going to go out of business. I would love to debate him. He clearly does not like me, which is cool. It's perfect. That's exactly what we want. We're going to talk to people who don't like me. And just so you guys know, that was the Toyota salesperson. That was the top 5 Toyota salesperson in the country. AI will replace me. I'd love to hear it. Let's rock and roll. Looks like somebody's typing. Oh, wait. Kind of wants to debate. He said he's going to DM. We're getting a DM. We got one DM, and we're going to wait for him. I want to debate. Why should the commission be dropped and changed? It's not good for the consumer. It doesn't. I don't think it's a heavy motive. It motivates car salesmen to be against the consumer rather than for them. But yeah, I would say like this. Let me give you the reality, right? I'm gonna give you the reality that dealerships don't like. If my service wasn't needed to consumers, you would find consumers go out and be like, I can't believe people would pay for this. This is stupid. You could do this so easily. Let me teach you how. I'm just a consumer. You don't find consumers dissing our service. It's only people who work in the industry. And like, you can find consumers that don't like everything. Like Uber Eats. How many people can you find on Uber Eats that complain about Uber Eats and how crazy it is you're spending on Uber Eats? It's a convenience service, but you can't find a single consumer out there going out saying Delivered, that's a bad service. Everybody's like, oh yeah, he literally does it and he gets me a great deal. And he saves you time, energy. I don't talk to anybody. Yeah, it seems like a winner. The only people who don't like us are car salesmen. Because guess what? Debate Grant Cardone? Sure, if Grant wants to debate. Can you explain the rationale behind why dealers are free to ignore the new FTC directives? Well, it technically doesn't go into effect for a few more months, like penalties, but the FTC can only write really mean letters and give you fines, but there's nothing wrong if you don't pay those fines. So they can't actually shut you down. They've gotten beaten down to the point where they can send you mean letters and they can fine you, but like they don't have the power to shut you down. There's nobody there they can literally tell you the rules and they can send you bad letters, but they cannot enforce and shut your business down. It's not eventually, they literally stole the power from them to do it. But again, my general rule of thumb is that I don't believe that the government should be there to regulate. I think the government regulating is a problem. I believe it's a less efficient process. And the best way to regulate anything is the free market. Can they put a lien on your company? No, they can't do anything. Where is Chevy Dude at? Okay, let me give you guys some of the debating points. First off, just to do it, Chevy Dude, you're a pathological liar and a narcissist, and I have proof. So there's debate point 1. If Chevy Dude ever wants to debate, I will clear my schedule at any point of the day. I will literally get on live at 4 a.m. if you need me to show you my evidence and proof. I believe dealerships, the dock fees should be illegal. There's no benefit to the consumer, and it's just a profit grab, and it's a way for dealerships to hide profit. I believe that commission on gross profit should not be allowed. Dealerships have lost the trust of the public. I believe they're direct to consumer, would solve most problems, allowing it to work alongside with the dealership model. It would make cars cheaper. It would make a more efficient car buying process. People would enjoy it, and it'd actually make dealerships more money, I believe, as well. I'm willing to argue that point. Willing to argue the point that marking up rate in finance should be illegal. They should have a fiduciary duty because they're not implied in the Dodd-Frank Act. What else? I believe dealerships are not entitled to a profit. What else? And if you want to debate any of these topics, you can come to DM me on Instagram. And that's what you're doing. How do you say regulation bad and doc fees should be illegal? Great question. Right now, franchise laws have made it so there's no way for competition to exist. So if you're going to make a world where you're going to force regulation to happen, then we should regulate these things. I believe the easiest, best answer for the consumer, just get rid of franchise laws. It solves all problems and doesn't allow the government to get in. But again, that's not going to happen. So we have to go for an alternative. So that's the idea. If you get rid of franchise laws, then I don't believe any of these should exist. I believe if we get rid of franchise laws, dealers can mark up rate. I don't care. They can do whatever they want. Wait, did we get one? We got one? We got one, I think. Checking if he's a client. What? That's okay. So apparently we have a consumer. You gonna add a consumer that doesn't agree with me? I mean, we can call him. No, not we're good, or no, we're good. Okay, this is apparently he's just a customer in life. He's not my customer, right? This isn't my customer. This is just somebody who buys cars that says my service is bad. I like this. Let's hear this. Hello? Hello? Is this Colton? Yeah. I heard you wanted to have a conversation. This is Tommy from Delivered.
Buyer pay is like 1,000 instead of using. Yeah.
Why is it? Because I charge 1,000.
I feel like, well, I'm a customer, and like I feel like there should be like negotiations.
Okay, so you're a customer and you feel like I should negotiate my fee?
Yeah.
Well, that would make me just like the dealership, which is why people hire me. People hire me to not deal with the dealership process. If you don't see value in my fee, that's totally fine. You don't have to use the service.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I just feel like it should be cheaper, like, you know?
That's great. Like in life, I think that a lot of things, like I bought some stools downstairs. They're nice stools. They're $1,000. They're absurd. They should be flipping cheaper, but I couldn't find anything that was an alternative. I really like the dang stools. I paid $1,000 for the stools, and I still am complaining about it every single day. I look for 2 months to find something alternative. I believe they should be cheaper. I still paid the price.
You got robbed, my boy.
Great. Awesome.
For
So
the
again,
stool? Come
yeah.
on, bro.
But again, there's a moment you were trying to have, again, if you don't see value in my service, that's okay. We offer a premium service here. That's totally fine. Like there's no hard feelings. Just go, there's other people there are other people that are cheaper. You can find people that are cheaper.
How is it like premium? Like, what makes it more premium than somebody else's cheaper premium, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So a few different things. So first off is our experience. We've been in it for a good amount of time. But the second part is that we have 5 people working on your deal at any given time, and we have 2 people that you actually talk to. So you have multiple people negotiating your car deal. Because we negotiate so many deals, we have market data that nobody's even close to. You know, CarEdge would be our biggest competitor. And there was a certain time where they were saying Forerunners paying above MSRP was a good deal, while we were paying $5,000 below MSRP. So like that's what they made a video on, and that's some of our biggest competitors that does a similar amount of deals. So we believe our market data, we put that out there, our level of transparency, but also just the amount of business that we have. We've proven that people are willing to pay the fee. And if you don't see it, no big deal. Like, it's not a hard feelings. I'm not mad that you don't see value in the fee. That means you value your money more than you do your time, which are some people. I used to be that way. Now I value my time more than I do my money, and I'll pay the $1,000 and I'll have a great experience.
Oh, is there any way I should get any like discounts?
No.
Why though? You should offer that.
No, because people will pay my $1,000 fee and I have a waiting list.
But like, I just don't see like, I don't know. I see where you're coming from, but it just doesn't make sense. I don't know.
It makes total sense. If you go to Target and try to get a discount on the Xbox, you're not going to get an Xbox discount on your Xbox. You're just going to say no. This is how
I want low
businesses
credit
work.
score though because I'm black.
What? What are you saying? That's you're just trolling, dude. Because why are we talking about race? That's not how everybody pays the same price, $1,000, no matter the car. You pay $1,000. Everybody pays $1,000 for our service, correct? Find me one person that's gotten a discount ever.
Can I use EBT?
No. Okay, you're just trolling, dude. What? Dude, you clearly just sell cars. Dude, I can clearly tell you sell cars, man. It's a really bad troll. Like, it's really, like, it's rough. It's a rough troll. Like, you're trying. Like, you tried. You tried and you failed. Yep, you tried to troll as a car salesman. You're like, I'll get him, and you just look like a again. It's really easy. You don't see value in the service. That's fine. No big deal. Can I what? What? Can I get it in time? What are you saying? Do I see the value of my service? Yes.
I just don't understand. Like, you're talking about the stools.
Correct. You're talking about how to get approved on an auto loan and working an auto loan as a finance manager. I was talking about last night. Correct.
No, your stools earlier that you said you paid.
Oh yeah, the stools. Yes, I paid $1,000 a stool.
Yeah, I just don't. It doesn't make sense. Like,
that's great. You don't have the house that I'm at, the way that I wanted the stools, the way we use our stools. I don't cheap out on things that I sit on, sleep on, or put my feet in. Like, these are things that I don't cheap out on. So I did a lot of research. I did 2 months of research, hired 2 interior designers, and ended up not finding a single stool that I liked more than the stools I have. I have a nice home. I wanted the stools to look nice, and I wanted them to be super comfortable. I don't use my kitchen table. I don't use anything else. These are the stools I sit in. I could not find anything else. I paid $1,000 a stool. But again, that was me doing research, finding that out. I paid the $1,000 per stool. I saw value after doing research and figuring it out. When I first looked at the price, I still think it's absurd. There should be a competition, but guess what? There's not. Like, it is. This is for the premium stool market. There's not a stool that is not as nice for this value, which is why I paid it. What's your point?
Talk about cars because, like, I'm just a Tommy lover, you know.
I don't think you're a Tommy lover.
I am.
I don't think so at all. You literally said you don't see value in my service, and you don't understand what people
I didn't say that. You're just putting words in my mouth. I did not say that.
Okay. Well, you came on here. I don't know what your point you were trying to make here.
I was asking for a discount.
And I said no. And that should just be the end of the conversation. That's how every business works in America.
You just don't negotiate. I feel like a lot of businesses negotiate.
No business is negotiated other than car dealerships and like 1 or 2 others. If you go to Best Buy right now or you go to the grocery store and try to negotiate your groceries, they're going to say no.
Unless you pay more for them.
They won't even allow you to pay more for them. No, you can't go to Best Buy and say, I'll pay another $1,000 for the TV. That's not how this works. They're just going to charge you the price. Money. They're not. And this is how I know you're a troll. You're not even just being honest with your conversation.
Bro, I'm a Tommy liver though.
Okay. Well, you're gonna get hung up on. Have a nice day. Oh, geez. Okay. Why? Okay. Let me go figure this out. 1 second. What in the world are we doing? Okay. Please hold. I just muted him. Or just hung up on him. What in the world? Okay. That was so much longer than it needed to be. Yeah, I probably went on a little longer than it needed to be. I might have to restart this stream, though. Unfortunately, I might need to restart the stream. Because I think I'm restricted again. Can anybody share the stream? If I can't share, I'll just restart real quick. TikTok, can you share? It says you can share. Okay. How are we doing on views on TikTok? Can we just keep an eye on the views? You can't repost it, but you can share. So you can't repost, but you can share. Can anybody repost the stream? You can do both? Okay. I might have just got a... Okay, so there's another... Okay. Okay, well, I'll try this other one, but I'm really getting concerned from people that are not salespeople. But I'll try one more non-car salesman. You just reposted? Okay. If the views go down dramatically and they don't come up, then let me know if views go up on this phone call.
Hello.
Hello, this is Tommy from Delivered. How's it going?
Hey, Tommy. First-time caller, long-time viewer.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. So it seems like you have a disagreement on, you said Delivered introduces confusion being a third party for the car buying process.
Yeah, and, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I'm just curious because I know you had a situation where there was a delivered car that got injured a little bit. It got some scratches on it. I believe it was maybe a Toyota 86.
It was a Supra, I think the one you're talking about is.
Supra. Yep. I guess, I've tried to find, what happened with that and all that stuff. But, I'm sure this just kind of happens with shipping cars. And I know you use Delivered, you pay your $1,000, you negotiate the car deal, you do all that good stuff. And, once it gets to shipping, is the shipping through Delivered or is it through another third party? And then it's through a third party. And I'm sure you have some, I don't want to call anyone out, but you might have some favorite third parties to work with for the shipping. But, what really is supposed to happen when there's a mishap, when you buy the car through Delivered, it gets shipped? Where's the handoff? Who am I complaining to when something like that happens?
Yeah, if there's damage to your car and shipping, it's either two things. It either happened at pickup and it was documented, and that would be on the dealership. If it's not documented at pickup, but it was dropped at drop-off, then it would be the shipper. The shipper is required to have insurance, and the insurance would cover it.
Okay, the shipper's insurance. Okay.
Correct.
Another same vein, same topic. What happens when there's I don't know, you get a lemon car. You buy the car, the engine blows up. I'm very unlikely, but something catastrophic happens. Mm-hmm. Is the handoff completely to the dealership where
the manufacturer is the one that takes that over, so it could be any dealership.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I mean, that's all really good. I appreciate you taking the call. I mean, that was my real question with that. And I've never used the service, but I definitely would in the future.
No, I appreciate it, man. Sorry, I'm trying to check my stream out too to see if it's still broken. But no, I appreciate it, man. It's super simple. But yeah, but even with that Supra deal, just to give you an example, the car had damage before, which it was not caught at the moment. It was caught by the shipper actually, and they did the documentation, and the dealership refused to cover it. But even though it was caught by caught by the shipper, so the dealership should have covered it. And this was clear damage on the car. And the only reason why that was covered was because Delivered stepped in and made videos on it and forced them to actually do it because they were worried about public humiliation.
Oh yeah, because I remember that you were going to do like a whole stream where you were going to like say the dealership name.
Yep.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were going to sort of out them because they refused to do the right thing.
Correct.
So applied pressure on the situation to help the customer
1000%.
essentially.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's really valuable. And I didn't think about the fact that either delivered or the shipper is like documenting, car leaves dealership, goes in transit, gets to customer. I didn't think about that perspective because, if I'm not using delivered, I buy a car, I have it shipped. I'm obviously not going to like fly out there to take a picture of the car at the dealership, to fly back, then have them deliver the car because that would ruin the whole point of doing that.
Yeah. No, we're just here. We just help out the best we can and go from there.
Okay, awesome. Well, Tommy, that's all I got for you. I don't want to tie up your stream.
No worries. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Take care then. Bye.
Your views are dropping slowly. Yeah, I think it's because so what's happening is car salesmen are reporting me for harassing somebody, even though somebody's voluntarily jumping on a call. So I don't know how I'm bullying and harassing anybody, but so now we're running into this issue. And even though my account says I'm not being attacked, I saw the notification. So so I might have to restart the stream and I can deal with that. I have about another hour left for the stream, so I still want to stream. I'm trying to like fix it. So I'm seeing. So if there's anybody who wants to debate me, let me know. We still are taking DMs on Instagram. Did I hate how like silly this app is? I know I saw this the other day. But like it doesn't say my stream is hurt or any issues there. But like over here it said that my stream was blocked. Can you explain why you want the market to dictate the price, but at the same time in favor of putting an artificial price cap on a car? It's not an artificial price cap. The price cap is set by the manufacturer, which the manufacturer can set the pricing cap of their vehicle. And the only way to buy a new car is through the dealership. So that should have some type of regulation. Now, if the manufacturer can sell cars on their own, I don't believe there should be a price. They should be able to sell whatever they want on the price of the car, unless they have franchise rules that don't allow that. Which again, like for Apple won't allow somebody to sell a car or sell a phone above their advertised price as part about being a franchise. If you want to sell their product, you have to follow their rules. But there's benefit to there, and it still makes sense. But the general rule of thumb is that I don't believe the market sets the price on everything. Okay, I think I might have to restart the stream, guys, but I'll be right back. Yeah, I just think we're losing viewers. Okay, last time, can somebody repost? If somebody can repost right now, then I'll call it. I'll keep going, but I don't think anybody can repost. Try again. Can't repost. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream, come back. I'll be right back.